Alright, I guess we are ready to go here with Beez versus FTG Pope. They're already down selecting. Oh, looks like they've already decided. I missed it. But looks like we're getting intercept, battle lines, and clear. Oh look, we're getting a repeat of last night. Not too terrible. I mean, it's what I did beforehand. So let's go ahead and change up the map setting here. I could have just honestly left it. But hey, you never know. So it's indoor, intercept, battle lines, and clear. Alright. So, easy mission there. Everyone seems to like it. It works out. Move this over a smidge. That's good. Go ahead and clear out the Cadence of Hyrule and go back to this guy. Alright, so as the players get deployed, we'll go ahead and go over their lists. Let me at least get something out here, and then we'll get to it. Oh, E-Web and a tank. How dare I have forgotten such an important part in my announcement. Alright, let them know that it is go time for them. I will pull up all the things so I can see all the things. It helps to know what icon does what, to be honest with you. Alright, so got myself everything loaded that I think I need. It looks like I have everything going across working fine there. And let's go ahead and pull up my chatterbox so I can see what's going on in the chat world. Alright. Okay, so first things first. Let's take a look at the Empire list that Beez is bringing to the table. It looks as though he is bringing in an Imperial officer with improvised orders, a naked Bosk. Interesting choice there. That did not pan out for me, but hey, maybe he's a little bit better at playing it and doesn't throw him out in the open like I did. Then we have a DLT Stormtrooper group, a DLT Stormtrooper with an astromech, another DLT, a medic Stormtrooper group, 3 snipers, as you see here, a E-Web right over here with nothing attached to it, and then an occupier with the sergeant that gives aim. So, pretty nice, because the you would imagine that that tank is always going to be moving up. Bosk is basically going to be providing cover for it. DLTs are going to support both of them as they march up, and it's going to be great. And of course, snipers doing sniper things. Beez right out of the gate deploying snipers first. I guess because knowing that he is going to be hiding them to avoid Leia's coordinated bombardment right off the get-go. It only makes sense that he does that first. Buys himself time to see where everyone else is going to deploy, because right now, if he knows where he's going to go sniper-wise, what does it matter? Because he doesn't want to get snipers aced turn 1 with the coordinated bombardment. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at FTG Pope's list. It looks like he has Leia with improvised orders as well as esteemed leader. We have Han with recon. We have a Z6, another Z6, a third Z6, a Z6 with a medic, and just a naked medic. Then we have 1, 2, 3 snipers. And finally, rounding it all out, we have Hunter Chewbacca sitting down here at the very bottom. So the trio here going out against a interesting Beez, I don't want to call it counter meta, but different list. We'll go with that. Different list. I kind of dig it. I like the idea of it. So, FTG Pope putting a group of Z6ers back here behind this building, giving them nice blocking line of sight so they can roll up likely around this crate as needed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the deployment of the transmission points. So you have this one here, right out in the open. It does have pretty good coverage from any sort of attack from left or right. As you can see here, this side is going to really benefit Beez as he can climb up a set of troopers here They likely won't be within range 1 of this, but they can definitely provide fire down into anything that's nearby. He also has this nice set of light woods here, whereas these boxes provide heavy cover right here, a great position for some Z6 troopers to move up and pretty much lock it down. Looking at the center, we have in the middle of 3 or 4 different forests, all of heavy terrain. You have this point basically surrounded. It's going to be tough to get in here without getting some sort of cover. So that's going to be one hotly contested one. Of course, going to be lots of heavy cover coming back and forth. Other than that, it is somewhat blocked on the left side here, so you don't have to worry too much about things shooting at you. And this guy right here will heavily benefit FTG Pope, as it is really close to this hill, which he has early access to. He could just... I guess that's my cat. Anyway, he has early access to get up this hill, deploy some stuff, and hang out up here. Oh yeah, it is my cat. Okay. And pretty much cover this objective while on the hill, giving himself heavy cover, forcing Beez to have to approach the hill, touch it, get poor line of sights and shots to make it work. That said, that looks like what he's doing there. Beez, of course, deploying some stormtroopers over here to get close to that objective. Some stormtroopers here looking like they're also going to go for that objective. Looks like so far he's heavily favoring the board setup side as opposed to the die roller side, but we'll see how that pans out. Right now it looks like FTG Pope is kind of split. It's still early to see. He has one kind of in every position where they can go as needed. No. Not allowed. Alright, so as we see FTG Pope deploy some stuff. The players, I've covered Beez before. I'm pretty sure I've covered him before, at least. That's what you get for trying to get up here. I was not looking out, and the cat just jumped up and then back down. Alright, so, where were we? Yes, I've covered Beez before, I believe, in an Invader League match. I have never covered Pope, so I'm not familiar with FTG Pope and his playstyle. Beez I've only covered once, so not too familiar with them. If you're gonna complain, silly cats, what can you do? Alright, so it looks like a second sniper's getting set up behind this building. Little early, but also in a position where he's not really exposed to much. I mean, sure, Leia could deploy over here and probably get him, but not exactly the biggest use or best use of him. So, let us go ahead and rotate and see what we're looking at on the other side here that's going to get deployed. Right now we just have these 3 troopers deployed, waiting for Pope to pick another unit. Looks like he's going with the Naked Medic group, and they're going to go in the center as well. I would suspect the medics are going to hang around Han and Chewie, so that they can keep pumping more and more wounds back off them, as they're both going to be, well, even Leia is going to be super critical at taking out the stormtroopers, as they all have Pierce, and it is really huge because red saves are fantastic. Also, thanks, Yavin Base. Yep, the cat caster is currently just sitting on my lap and not meowing like he should be, helping me broadcast. Nope, instead he's just being annoying. So it looks like Beez is going to deploy another set of stormtroopers. Looks like it's going to be the astromech unit. They're going to go back in here, which kind of alludes to the fact he's likely going to have the tank sitting kind of diagonal right in this area right here, would be my guess, with the astromech unit being here. I also suspect that the E-Web is going to be deployed inside of the tank, because that's a traditional deployment system for it, as well as the fact that we're also going to see now what looks like a solid deployment of just this half of the board, completely ignoring this objective point over on the roller side of the board. So something to keep in mind as we go with that. Alright, and with them deployed, it looks like we're going to see Pope deploy a sniper unit. Looking like they're going to be back over in some of the cargo pallet crates over here, trying to keep the one behind the cover so that way he's not exposed, but yet deploying the other sniper so that way he does have line of sight. What looks like currently 2 the scout over on that side of the base. Or deployment zone, I should say. Alright, so, happy with his deployment there. We're going to see Beez deploy something else. He's already telegraphed the tank, so he can go ahead and deploy that if he so chooses to. They wouldn't be giving away too much. He could deploy the E-Web as well. In all honesty, if he wanted to be really crazy, he could deploy the E-Web on top of this structure here, as it's fully within the deployment zone, and it would have great range to the center objective. It'd be shooting through heavy, sure, but wouldn't be the worst place ever. So grabbing boss, but rethinking it. Looks like instead he's going to go with the generic officer. Possibly. Putting him behind cover, or not. Unable to make up his mind, he does end up going with Bosk, it looks like. Being pretty happy with him. Looks like he's going dead center to the board. That gives him the ability to clamber up this building if he needs to and fire immediately. Again, just like the E-Web, he will have some pretty great shots, especially at the center objective. However, from up here, he'll have a tough time hitting anything that's taking this objective, let alone, well, he could potentially hit things on this objective, but it might be a little bit outside of his range in doing so. So, happy with where Bosk is. Immediately, you see Han Solo be deployed over here, which is actually a fantastic position, because with his recon move, he'll get up behind these crates. I suspect the following turn, he'll be up on top of this heavy hill, and then he's just going to have heavy cover and raining down really nice gunslinger shots into at least green and red, and depending on what else comes around. Alright, so with Han deployed, we're going to go ahead and see Beez with another deployment here. Looks like he's debating what to do and where to go with some things. Still debating. His tank is obviously telegraphed to go right here. Alternatively, it could go here, depending on what he prefers. Yep, so might as well go with the known deployment. That way you're not too worried about it. Things definitely going to have to be rotated a little more. Can't be deployed like that. It is currently off the board both sides. Or off the deployment zone, I should say. So he's going to have to rotate it. A little more there, Beez. A little more. There you go. Now you could likely get it to fit in there. You probably just need to edge it back slightly. And there you go. Perfect. Tank is now deployed, as we suspected where it would go. That gives him great ability to respond to anything in the center. However, it's really unfortunate because there's not a lot that the tank's going to do currently in its deployment, or in its position to deal with this objective. Alternatively, he could bring it back and deploy it back here, especially with the heavy cover from the woods. But I think he's pretty content as is. It is slightly across the line there. He really does need to rotate it again, but they might be okay with it as is. And it looks like they are. So we're going to see Pope deploy what looks like another Z6 unit. Pretty uncontested on this objective here. He just needs to worry about a sniper currently, and then that's really about it. It looks like he is also content with that deployment. So back to Beez. He could deploy the E-Web in the tank and go ahead and call it a deployment there, buying him time, because that, again, looks fairly telegraphed that he's going to end up doing that. However, he could deploy something else in it, or he could deploy nothing in it. This cat is sitting on my lap. He's purring up a storm and won't leave me alone. So you'll have to forgive me, as I can only really conduct this with one hand, otherwise I keep getting bit. So there's not enough room right here for the E-Web. You're going to have to deploy it inside the tank or on top of this building if you want it to be in this position. Alternatively, it can be over here, which is a good shot. Beez already, I think, kind of starting to regret his deployments. The E-Web could also sit in the woods here, if he wanted to, covering this position. And it looks like the Stormtrooper group with just the medic is going to sit over here with the snipers. Potentially either keep them alive or also be a little bit of a pain when it comes to this objective on the roller side of the board. From here, he will at least have the ability to respond to the center if he chooses not to go after this side objective. And it looks like Chewie is going to go ahead and deploy all the way on this side of the board. So the Chewie and Han are definitely not going to be able to take advantage of their synergy. I forget what it's called. Teamwork. Yeah, so they're definitely not going to be able to take advantage of teamwork, being all the way across the board from each other. But that might not be essential at the moment. Maybe Pope sees that it's not a critical thing and is not too worried about it. So it looks as though the Imperial officer is going to be dropped back here next to the snipers and Bosk, so that way he can keep giving out spotter to both of them. Probably turn after turn doing that. And then finally, looks like we have a choice of a bunch of snipers and Leia over on Pope's side. Both are 11 activation lists, so that's really interesting that we're going to go ahead and see both at a very high amount of activations, as opposed to one being a 10 versus an 11. Not common, but it happens. Alright, looks like Leia is going in the tree line here. From here, she doesn't really have great sight to a lot of stuff right off the bat, but alternatively she could drop coordinated bombardment on blue, yellow, green, or red from where she's at. Potentially even the tank if she really wanted to hit the tank. But where she's at, she does have every single Stormtrooper in her sights. So plenty of choices for turn 1 coordinated bombardment. And now we're going to see the final sniper group from Beez be deployed. Potentially. Looks like Beez with a little bit of indecision here. Probably trying to find what works for him in terms of his deployment. You need to get down, buddy. You're hot. Yeah, you're hot. Nope. Down. There we go. Thank you. Long-haired Maine Coon that weighs 16 pounds. You better believe he's like a little furnace. Alright, so Pope's still going through the process of deciding, or not Pope, Beez trying to decide where to go. It looks as though Pope has put himself fairly heavy on the roller side of the board with a little bit of response force on the, what I will call the board setup side of the board. That said, there's still 2 snipers to be deployed, so he could reinforce the setup side of the board with them. Plus Han Solo on his own with a medic group is not too terrible, especially getting on top of this hill. He's going to be able to do quite a bit of damage to all the Stormtroopers. Continually throwing down his gunslinger over and over at not only red, but green and potentially yellow, depending if they get close enough. So it looks as though Beez is going to set up his sniper over on this end to counter this one guy that he can see through here, the non-sniper sniper. And he may have line of sight over this way. So it looks like he's just going to go ahead and take the recon move, get a little close. Likely putting it so that way he can see this sniper as well as a bunch of troopers out here. which he can from his current position, and he's keeping the spotter in a nice safe position. He does need to be aware that that sniper is currently drifting. But from his current position, he's fine. He can see quite a bit. Alright, so another set of snipers going down. Rebel snipers getting placed behind this rock directly. Oh, I see what he did here. From this current position, he can see both of those commandos. I think that was his entire point, was they're both lined up so perfectly he can see both, fire and try and take out both with a nice little critical. Double critical would be great there. Of course, the sniper over here can shoot this guy, the sniper can shoot this guy, and that's an activation down. So not a terrible deployment in the grand scheme of things. And of course, these commandos here being deployed right up against this rock, with this one right here able to counter-snipe the sniper that's right here. Alright, so looks like the E-Web is all that is left to be deployed on Beez's end, and then we have one sniper left on Pope's end. Looks as though he really wants to fit it here, but there is no possible deployment that he can do to make it work. There's just not enough space. See, he's already clipping into the tank. So I don't think it's going to be deployable. And he's currently off the side of the board. So sadly, I don't think that's possible. You can deploy him in the occupier. He would be safe in the occupier. You could alternatively deploy him up on top of the building or in the woods. However, that would be super exposed to Han. And he is indeed deploying him in the tank, which is what I suspected was going to be the best move all along. Yes, no, maybe so. Probably good enough. Alright, so now we're going to see the final sniper get deployed. It looks like they are going against this set of crates here, trying to block line of sight, but also get some shots. What looks like from this position, he'll be able to see everything over on this side of the board. Possibly. Depending on where he puts them, we'll see how they draw it out. Alright, and happy with them there. It looks like they're finally ready to go. Setup is good. You're fine there. Alright, so then there we go. Everything's set and ready to roll. Looks like we're going to see some command cards come out. Beez throwing his out. I suspect we'll see coordinated bombardment, probably with standing orders are the 3-pip. Yep, we see assault and coordinated bombardment, as I figured we would. Alright, so putting one on the E-Web so that way he can control when it is deployed. Yeah, I was going to say likely one on the tank, and then one on the snipers would not be a terrible idea, but instead he's putting on boss to help control when boss comes out. So, all good choices. That way it keeps them all contained and exactly where he wants them when he wants them. Alright, so leading things off is going to be Pope with the 1-pip. Ask them if they're going to run with a timer. There we go. Starting a little late, but close enough. Alright, so looks like Pope is debating what he wants to do. If he wants to pull from a stack, or if he wants to go ahead and run up with Leia and coordinate bombard. I think at the moment, you're in a great position. You're not going to get those snipers. You might as well just take the bombardment where you stand, or alternatively move up Al, I don't know if I'd move up yet. You have a great position as is. You can hit all the stormtroopers of your choosing. You could hit the tank if you were really wanting to. Ah, so pulling from the stack. And he gets Chewbacca. Do you take it or do you improvised order it? I think you improvised order it and try and pull somebody else. Try and pull a sniper if possible. Instead, it looks like he's going to go with it. And the bounty being placed on Chewbacca. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Chewie moving up. Looks like he's double moving, getting directly behind the heavy cover here, so he cannot be shot by anything. Good, safe position. 88, saying who's the bounty's on. It is just deployed now on Chewbacca. So a little late on it, but still before anything was moved. Chewie likely just getting a little bit of positioning here, so he might have a move or a shot in a future turn. But pretty content where he's at. This is a height 2, I believe. Yes. So Chewie would likely not be able to climb it from that side. Well, he does have expert climber. He could climb it if he really wanted to. Alright. Happy with where that is. Looking like he's going to draw from the stack. He draws a trooper unit. Going to go with the DLT squad. I suspect they're going to double run all the way up to the back end of this cliff to keep them nice and safe. We'll find out if I'm right. No, he can sing. Well, no, he'd have to double move because he is going through the heavy woods, and the heavy woods are difficult. So, yeah. That actually won't even get him out of it. So, a double move here, again, will be a single, will be a range 1. Or speed 1 move. So, yep, there you go. Able to get in contact with the heavy cliff, putting himself in a nice safe position. That way he cannot be hit by coordinated bombardment with this set of stormtroopers. And also out of the heavy cover. And into obscuring cover. Alright, so on to Pope. Looks like he was able to draw a trooper token. He's going to go ahead and move out a Z6 unit. Looking like he's probably going to go into the grass because it's nice and safe. And that way he doesn't have to worry. He does get a little bit of cover. Hello, Crow Pro. Thank you for tuning in. Going into the cover here. Looks like he's just going to deploy everything right behind him. Ooh, and forward deploying. So, this is something we witnessed last night in the stream that I was covering for Caldeus and... Wow, I can't remember. Kino Tooth. Thank you, by the way, for the follow, 88. So forward cohering is when you put all of your trooper units in front toward or closer to the enemy than your leader for those units. That basically gives you a disadvantage when it comes to range checking, because now any other unit that's your opponent is going to measure to the closest model of that squad, not to the leader, because range is measured from leader to any model. So now you see Purple here at a disadvantage because he is further away than what a Imperial unit can do to target him. So a little bit of bad deployment there to get them into the weeds. However, in the end, it's going to hurt them being forward cohered like that, because the green troopers can easily get within range 3 while they will be outside, forcing them to move. Alright, so Sniper's taking a shot over here at the guys in the heavy cover. Only able to see the Sniper. Just a surge, which is nothing. Firing again and getting the 2 hits he needs, taking out that 1 Sniper. So Sniper down and moving it to the spotter position up there next to the crates. Already in a bad spot because that means that that Sniper is exposed to this Sniper over here if Beez gets lucky and draws yet another chip. Alright, so probably Pope really hoping that he draws out the Special Forces token. What is he going to do? Looks like he is indeed going to go ahead and activate Leia. Not going to mess around anymore. Going ahead and giving her take cover action. Keeping one for herself. Likely a good move here would also be to give herself aim, just in case. And that is indeed what he's going to do. And he's going to go ahead and use the coordinated bombardment here. 3 targets of his choosing that he can see. I believe Leia has spotter, or no, sharpshooter 2, so all cover is going to be removed. So she won't have to worry about firing into heavy cover. And it will be a 2 red attack on anything that is range 4 and beyond. So looking like going after, I did not see who. I think it was the yellow troopers. Oh no, going after the Imperial officer first. Getting a crit and a hit, so that's going to be 2 saves. And the officer already wounded at half health now. He's going to have to tuck behind stuff to keep giving his spotter out and not be wiped off the board. Next coordinated bombardment strike is going to go at, I would suspect, either yellow or green. Oh, apparently she can see blue over here. Yep. So we're going to go after blue. The medic unit. 2 hits. That's going to be 2 more saves. This time they're going to be red at least. Saving 1, dropping 1. As would be expected, it is a 50-50 split. It's about what you would get. Alright, and then the final bombardment. Potentially going after the tank and getting a 2 for 1 if he fails it. But, however, she would need a crit to do so. And yes, indeed, going after the tank, looking for that crit. She does surge into crits, and only gets 2 hits. So, no damage at all to the tank, based on that. Going with the aim to try and reroll into the crits, and still 2 hits. So nothing to the tank, but a pretty bold, good move, because that would have been a wound placed down into not only the tank, but also into the E-Web unit. Alright, so, drawing from the stack, Beez gets a trooper unit. Looks like he's going to put it on green over here. No, changing his mind. And indeed going with the green unit. I'm assuming. Yep, there we go. They will likely go ahead and roll out. Just determining where the snipers are that have not activated yet. So will he go ahead and push them against this hill as well, or will he move up and try and take some shots right out of the gate? Looks as though he's trying to move them, so that way they will get into a situation where they can fire at the rebel troopers over here, but also take advantage of that forward cohesion that they messed up. So from here, you should be able to take advantage of it. Go ahead and check that range just to be sure. There you go. There you go. There's the multi-twitch. I'll go ahead and post that in my chat because apparently they're starting up soon. Alright, so firing out at what looked like the troopers over here. 2 hits. One is negated from the cover and the other is negated because of the dodge. So the DLT shot, completely ineffective. I think that that was kind of a waste to go ahead and just move out like that and take a DLT shot, but hey, it's a suppression, I guess. Alright, activating next is going to be a trooper unit from Pope. It looks like they're going to go ahead and move forward, getting into a position where they can take care of this objective, as well as potentially have shots on the sniper if they cohere differently. That said, I just posted the multi-Twitch link, so that way you can watch both my stream as well as the soon-to-start Nerfly stream of both him and Timothy Irish. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with that name. I'm so bad with names. Alright, so placing all his troopers over here. It looks like they do have line of sight to the sniper, but I do not know if they have range. I'm assuming that they might, because this one will be forward of everybody else. And that looks like the answer is no, they are not within range, instead taking the dodge. Pulling another trooper token. Not happy with it. He's going to go ahead and tap improvised orders to try and get a sniper. And there you go. He gets that sniper token, which is what he wants. Likely going to activate the pink snipers here and try and take out that orange sniper before he activates. And I think that's exactly what he's going to do. Aim and fire at the sniper. Alright, will he get him? He needs 2 hits or a crit. He does not get it on the first roll. Luckily, he does have a reroll. And no, just a suppression on the sniper. No luck taking him out. However, that means that this sniper will be suppressed and has the potential for the loss of an activation. Or not activation, but an action. Alright, so drawing from the stack, Pope is likely going to look for a sniper over here so that he can go ahead and see if this sniper can respond. Alternatively, getting Han Solo would not be bad because you want to get him up that hill. There you have it, he drew a sniper. I would honestly take it on orange, try and ready him back up with that suppression, go ahead and fire at purple. Alternatively, you can go ahead and try and activate green over here and fire at the unactivated. Yeah, these guys activated as well. So it is the light pink over here snipers that have not activated yet. So it looks like that is what he's going to do. He's going to go ahead and activate the, I guess you'd call that sea green. Yep. Looks like he's going to aim and fire at giant question mark. They're saying he might not be able to see. From his current position, I say he can. He does get a crit and a hit. So that is what you would need to take out that sniper over there if he was indeed firing at purple. And it looks like the answer is likely a resounding yes. That is exactly what he was doing. So going to go ahead and swap out the positions here and get a suppression. And a good response there. I need to go ahead and copy and paste this. There we go. All right, so drawing from the stack, Beez ends up drawing another Special Forces unit. So it's going to be his unactivated light pink sniper unit over here. Where they currently are at, they're not going to be able to do anything. They can clamber up. They can poke out one side and leave the other guy behind and be able to fire at... Well, the choices are not great on this side of the board. On this side, he could poke out, be right back here, and get a shot at Han, which would not be a bad shot at all. Instead, it does look like he's going to poke out slightly and take a shot at what I can only assume is going to be the Z6 squad there. Not going to have the sniper. I think he is definitely missing out on the chance to potentially shoot at Han over here. Even though he's in heavy cover, Han's likely the better target than just a rando rebel trooper. I do not think he actually has shots at the snipers hiding behind these crates over here. So he is indeed taking a shot at the rando Z6 group. I think that the better choice, of course, would have been getting one hit at least. That's not going to be enough. So just expression. I think his best shots are likely at Han Solo. But hey, the attempt was made. No harm, no foul. So now we're going to see Pope draw from the stack again, getting trooper units. Going all the way over here with the blue unit that has not activated with the Z6 and the medic. I think you want to probably reserve them because if Han gets shot up by the tank, that's going to be a problem. Instead, they are double moving to get on top of this hill, which is also a solid option. I think Han might be okay. So yep, deploying them in a position whereas they're not exactly availably shot right now. So he can deploy everybody basically around the base of this hill, preserving them all until the next turn where they can roll up and start doing some damage from up top. Alright, so now back to Buncho messages. Back to Beez over here on the other side. He has several activations he can either draw or use. Looks like he draws the trooper unit. He does have the option of blue over here. Unable to roll off their suppression. They will be reduced to a single activation. Or not single activation, single action. We're going to see them roll out and likely heal back the missing spotter to the sniper. Plenty of range to do so if you do that, especially if you place your units. Looking like he's just going to push out just enough to then spread out and likely get just in range. Yeah, once he pushes out a unit, he does have plenty of range that he can go ahead and be able to do this. Looks like he's trying to preserve some of his units in the process. bringing back the sniper. And then taking a wound onto the medical droid there to represent that he has indeed healed. Alright, so Han Solo being drawn. Looks like they're going to move on up. He's going to probably move up the hill. Oh, he's going to stay on the ground floor. Really? Interesting. I think I would have went up top. He can, however, move into this grass here and be considered heavy cover. All right. So, looks like Han is just wanting to check the arcs of the tank here. I believe Han is way outside of range, so he really doesn't have to worry too much about it. Instead, it's going to start going up the hill. As I thought would have been the better move. Unable to get him safely on the hill here. Pope is struggling a little bit with the placement. There he goes. Good enough. And he's going to take a dodge. In case that he gets gunned at by other things. Alright, so looking like the tank might activate. Nope, instead drawing from the stack, he draws the officer. Officer over here can throw out some aim tokens if he wants to. He's going to have to roll off that suppression, just singular suppression, and then he can inspire one off of somebody else. So he's able to roll it off, and that sounds like that's Zach.
Hello, hello, I am here.
Oh, and you joined the game. Cool, perfect timing.
Yep. Yeah, I was trying to time it all at the same time.
All right, well, we're just in the middle of round 1 still.
Oh, perfect. I didn't miss much then.
Nope. A sniper died on both sides. One was healed back. A stormtrooper was killed, and that was it.
And then,
so, very slow beginning to the game.
Hey, I can't say anything. I'm pretty slow on TTS myself.
Alright, so taking the aim and the dodge on the officer, just simply inspiring, giving out that spotter to what looks like Bosk. Bosk currently in a position where I don't think that he's going to have range to anybody. Alright, so Green Trooper's going to go ahead and be activated. Naked with just the medical droid here. Looks like they're going to get in position behind the crates here to take heavy cover and be able to move out next turn to be able to go ahead and capture the objective in the center.
The interesting set of lists, I'd say.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Did Leia bombard?
She bombarded the tank and just 2 hits, so no result. The Imperial officer did 2 wounds to him, and then was it a stormtrooper unit, and that's what killed the 1 blue stormtrooper.
Were the snipers completely hidden?
Yes.
I
At least from where Leia was, they were completely hidden.
Making sure as I catch up here.
Yep. Alright, so it looks like the Occupier is going to go ahead and move out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, moving... Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but... tank moving up might get some shield from that building on some shots because it looks like a lot of the rebel forces are up on that hill area.
Yes, for sure. He
Um,
would have to roll it out and then likely angle it dead ahead with his free rotation. I don't know if that move one is going to get him in range of anybody except purple, potentially green. Purple going to be in heavy cover thanks to their suppression and the grass, and then green heavy cover thanks to the heavy crates.
I was just gonna say he might need to angle it a little bit this direction to make sure the arc hits them, and it might not.
This direction is irrelevant to me. I don't know what this direction is.
Towards purple, I meant. Sorry.
Gotcha. So he does get that free rotation.
Looks like he could hit green, perhaps. They have a dodge though.
Of green, he wouldn't have that many targets. I would, however, rotate it currently so that way that side is not as exposed as it currently is.
Agreed. Agreed.
Because right now, purple is in the side arc. Han and the blue troopers are in the side arc. I'd angle it dramatically so that way the one angle's cutting right through the very edge of the building. All right, so he's
going for green.
He's gonna go for green, not angling it any differently.
Heavy cover with a dodge too, right?
Yep.
Interesting.
Well, he gets all four. So that's going to be 2 going through and 1 being dodged away. So it's going to be a singular hit and 2 suppression applied. Do you get greedy and reroll things hoping for crits?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't think you do.
Just take the singular?
Yeah. I mean, you're shooting into heavy with a dodge. I mean,
It is what it is. It
really,
still worked.
yeah. I mean, I guess you could always take a chance on the red dice and just hope they just hit for hits again, I guess. I don't know.
I think
It's
I
a
would
tough call.
reroll those reds just to reroll them. But, however,
Yeah.
did kill a singular rebel trooper. However, that being said, the tank is in a very bad position angle-wise.
Purple at least is activated this round, it looks like.
Yes, everybody is pretty much activated, save for the brown troopers in the back.
Yeah, so maybe he's thinking of...
I guess he'd first activate it, but if Han activates, well, Han's probably not going to be in range. So I don't think Han's too worried about, or the tank's too worried about Han. The purple troopers are in range and in its side right where they currently are, and it's in the open.
I gotta think a Bosk lying in wait might be coming next round since he's behind that building and it's a scoring round. He might expect them to move up to a transmission.
That's what I would do. Alright, so Sniper is going to go ahead and fire all the way at the lime green units over here. DLT squad shooting through heavy, so looking for 2 hits or a crit. And he gets 2 hits, as he needed.
2 hits it is. Yeah, didn't even need the aim.
So there you go. That'll be 1 dead stormtrooper.
Yeah, one of those wasn't a crit because then you could have gone fishing.
That is one thing that is nice about Rebels, is you get those surges, or it gives you the ability to go fishing, whereas with Empire, you're mostly looking for the 2 hits.
It's funny that, I mean, I always get confused. Like, it's like, all right, my rebels have, like, no training, but they surge.
All right.
But dice are about even.
So, looks like the E-Web going to go ahead and pop out of the tank on the front end of it instead of behind it. And he's going to take up a position within the heavy cover here. Looks like he's going to be angled just dead ahead. Again, not a great angle. It's almost like he's pointing directly at stuff instead of taking advantage of the arcs.
Yeah, I agree.
Because purple's now behind that arc. Leia's behind that arc. Han and blue troopers are behind that arc. I believe it's almost like it's a missed opportunity here.
And this is the E-Web. The E-Web probably is. Do the keywords go against it when it comes out of the tank? I guess it's something I'm a gray area on.
I would assume it has to take a move out of the tank.
Yeah, which means it can't shoot. So it looks like he's going for a double move here through the trees, I suppose.
That would be my assumption here. Again, he's really put himself in a bad angle here. If you look at this angle,
He can't attack. He just moved.
yeah, you can't attack.
Remember, I mean, I'm trying to remember E-webs as much as I can here, but I'm pretty sure they can't. Correct?
Yeah,
Cumbersome.
Yeah,
Or
cumbersome is they get potting during your activation.
Yeah,
You can
potting.
perform one standard move. That's it, and then reposition. They can pivot themselves.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, they can free pivot. So never mind. Oh no, I'm reading this wrong. I'm sorry. Based on this, it can move and fire, but it can't double move.
I thought cumbersome was that you couldn't move and fire.
It does not have the keyword cumbersome. Oh no,
It
it does. It does on the bottom. You're right.
Card. Yeah, it's on the back side of the card.
Yep. You're right.
I don't think that's a shot that should have happened.
I don't either, but it's not our place to tell them.
No. Yeah. No, we're not judges. But
that one, however, you're right. It is that keyword cumbersome right down at the very bottom. Very, very tiny.
yeah, it's on the back side of the card if I remember correctly, and that's why it's on the bottom, just on the weapon, because they couldn't fit all the keywords on it.
Correct. In fact, oh shit, I just put them away, actually. No, they're right here in front of me. I can go and hunt it down. I'm not going to go and find it here. They're all on a giant
You're fine.
pile.
The only thing I could think of is that maybe the ruling of the free move out of the tank doesn't count as its cumbersome move, but
Possibly.
I'm almost positive it does.
I want to agree with you there.
Again, I'm not too great with vehicles or Imperials as I play Rebels, but I'm pretty certain that's how it would be ruled.
I agree with you. Ooh, a singular hit that's going to be ignored. But yeah, my understanding would be that that is a forced move out of the tank. Oh! Somehow rolling into 4 hits. I think 3, one just got knocked. And of course, red dice are red dice. That extra hit that came in, just getting a simple block. Alright, so, backtracking just a smidge, that E-Web, when it moved, I believe that wouldn't allow it to fire. However, we're going to let that go and let them have their debate between it being a free action move to get out of the tank as opposed to an actual move. But in terms of the angular positioning of it, it does get a free reposition, so it can pivot any way it wants, and also it can pivot up to 360 degrees. However, he didn't take advantage of it, so next turn, he's basically locked in this position as is. So he can't just up and rotate. I think if he rotates it, that counts as a move. Because a rotate is a move action.
Yep.
So he's currently locked in that fixed position. He should have repositioned it a bit, so that way it is a little bit better of an angle. Probably, again, so that one edge is just touching the edge of this building.
He's just going to trust it sitting in the trees in some cover and hope for the best.
I suppose. I'm looking at the scout troopers, because the full pivot, when you pivot, you can pivot up to 360 degrees, reposition, you perform a standard move, you can do a free pivot action. So that, to me, would tell me that you can do a pivot at any point in time, however that counts as a move action, based on the way I'm reading that.
Which then triggers cumbersome.
Yep. That's my assumption.
I'm going to take a mental note to ask them if we interviewed them later, if they agreed that it was a free move out of the tank or something. I'm just curious.
Yep, I mean, that is a good question. So leaving that DLT back like this, well, it should still be fine. He does not have range 3 to anybody. He does have range 4 to the green troopers. However,
the DLT see it through the tank.
The DLT cannot see anything except the commander anyway.
The leader. Yeah, I think the leader you can see, yeah.
But again, heavy cover
And a dodge.
and a dodge. He's going to need...
Just straight crit fishing, basically.
Yep. And ask and you shall receive.
He gets one.
And that is one dead leader who has to get repositioned back. So that will actually slow down these troopers from being able to go to the center, which I'm sure was their game plan.
And where is Leia exactly?
Leia is currently in the trees at the back.
Yep. Yeah. I wasn't sure if she was over near Han for a second, and then that these guys might be in some suppression issues next round, but...
No, they should be fine.
She's in a good spot. She's in a good spot, yeah.
Yep. However, that does add up. Oh, they do not get 2 suppression. They were not within range 2 of the tank. I'm sorry, I did call that wrong earlier. And 2 failed activate or suppression removals or rallies. There we go. Trying to come up with the right word. So the sniper over here behind the crates, looking like he's just going to get a single action. Do you take the shot at Pink Sniper in retaliation, hoping that you roll that crit?
That's a tough call.
It's either move and be ineffective or fire. I say fire and hope for the best.
Yep, that's what he's doing. I think it's the right call.
And blanks out.
It's never fun. I was just thinking to myself that...
we saw plenty of it last night.
Chewie was in a bit of a better position. Speaking of that, actually, he should have Guardian some of that E-Web shot, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. But if Chewie was in a bit of a better position where he wasn't so tucked in, he actually probably could have set up a pretty good brains and brawn shot on that E-Web next round, with Chewie being tucked up against that wall. And obviously, I would assume that Chewie got bountied if I had to take a guess.
Yes, Chewie is indeed bountied.
He's going to be super defensive with Chewie and make sure he doesn't get bountied. Especially, VPs and Interceptor are obviously easy to come by, but you don't want to give them free VPs with a bounty, of course.
Correct. You never want to give away a free bounty. However, they're less effective in interceptor transmissions simply because the last scoring round is netting 2 per token.
Yep.
So it's very rare that you come up with a odds split like that. It is possible, but...
It is. But I think that the fear of the bounty has him tucked in that corner, whereas... he could possibly go with Chewie early, move him back a little bit, shoot the E-Web or the tank with impact on the tank being relevant, and then set up the brains and brawn shot with Leia. If she moves up, she might get range 2 in that E-Web, which would be juicy. You're talking 3 black, 2 white, 2 red, surge crit. That's pretty good. That's pretty good with Pierce 2. You could take that E-Web out real fast.
Yep, it will drop really quickly.
And it'd be sharpshooter too.
Oh, and look at this. Boss does have line of sight to the green squad over here.
Oh, and he's got an aim.
He might only have the arm of the Medroid, too. It's going to be tough because all the junk in the way.
He can't delete them. Yeah, he can't delete them because this Rebel Trooper on the right of the leader is not visible.
But he can remove that medic.
And take that med device out, yeah.
I would say he can only see the medic.
Let me check on the other side. It might be possible.
He might be able to terrain. Right. He might be able to terrain snipe the medic.
Right. I think you're right. From the angle that Bosk is shooting at, I don't think he can see the leader.
He can only see the medic's arm, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, you're right. He rolls 1 crit, that thing's dead, basically.
Well, there you go. There's 2 crits, so irrelevant.
3.
Oh, 3. I'm sorry, I didn't even see the surge. Wow, that was a great roll. Didn't even need the aim on that one. So he likely has deleted that medic. If they debated it, he likely could have potentially deleted the...
Going for the reroll, so maybe they're debating that he can see the leader, I guess.
Well, 3 crits anyway.
Depends on how many dice he shows up. He really shouldn't even roll dice. They're rolling.
Oh, so apparently he is claiming that he can see the leader. And that's 3 wounds, so that will be everybody except the lone guy. So that is actually huge. A untouched medic going down right away.
No, just the medic down. So maybe they were just rolling for the medic, even though it was Pierce.
Yep. Or they didn't remember that it has Pierce, pretend.
Yeah, that's
Perhaps.
what I'm thinking. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you if he's playing brains and brawn in this list, which I'm assuming he is, this might be a decent opportunity to play it.
We'll see if Pope thinks of it.
I can't tell if Leia has enough movement to get into range of the E-web. Oh, you know what? That's difficult terrain.
Yep, so no.
Yeah.
She's not going to get out of there.
Speed 1 move won't get her into range. Speed 2 would have been close.
I I think from
she might have.
Beez we're going to see Lang and wait.
I agree. I think lying in wait is the play.
And then he's going to wait for Chewie to wrap around.
But Chewie in a tough spot. I would think that maybe change of plans. You could see change of plans here.
And you see Reckless instead. And versus Pin Down. Interesting. Pin Down is actually the one counter for Reckless.
Oh, he must have saw that. He must have assumed that was coming. I don't know if Reckless was the right call because Han and the troopers over there aren't really in danger of getting shot by much.
All right, so Pope keeping his initiative here. Yeah, so it's likely either blue or purple, and then Han.
But what can realistically shoot them? The tank can't shoot them. The E-web can't shoot them.
I suppose potentially Leia could get it too, but you don't want to have people. Well, she'd be too far away for it to matter. The E-web is currently angled so that it's not an issue.
Here, because then that Bosk might have range on them, and then he'd be forced to shoot them. I guess.
So this is where the angling actually worked out really, really well. I don't even know if this was intentional, but the angling of both the E-web and the tank is perfect because now no matter what Han puts that that token on is pretty much irrelevant.
Yeah, and looking at it, I don't know if Boss can even see purple over the tank.
From his current position, I would say yes. He can. However, the tank can easily move up, turn, and then force its token. So here, putting it on Leia is kind of a waste because Leia, you don't want her to be targeted. I mean, sure, but again, the E-web not caring about it because it's angled at a position where it's irrelevant. The tank angled where it's irrelevant. All right, drawing a trooper.
Really sure I understand the reckless move there, but yeah. Huh, interesting.
Again, not our place however they want to handle this, but as the current positioning for both the tank and the E-web go, they can't even see Leia or Han.
Yeah, I agree with you.
All right, so going with the purple squad here.
Sense gonna shoot. I would think aim and shoot into the tank.
Or move, that is an option too, apparently.
Maybe get into the range of their transmission and then take a shot.
That would make sense, and also get a little bit of cover behind the building.
I mean, well, red and green stormtroopers could move up and shoot them pretty quickly. But
yes. But again, you don't have to capture transmissions first turn at all.
Might be trying to angle a shot here on red to apply a suppression on them.
It is possible. Again, he's forward cohering, which is not the best of ideas, but this is one of those points where forward cohering does potentially block line of sight using this building.
I think that's what he might be doing, is getting range of the transmission, which you might want to check that a little bit from eyeball.
He might be okay.
And then take a shot on red, I think. A bad move, because if you can suppress them and they don't rally that off, they are not getting in range of that. They're only going to be able to move into range of that transmission and not retaliate, or just retaliate and not move.
I was going to say, depends if capturing that objective is important this turn or not.
Correct, yeah. I mean, on the face of it, it looks like the middle is going to go to Beez.
For sure.
And you got to think that right now the left is favoring Pope and the right is favoring Pope. Pope might be playing into Beez's hand by moving into him. Oh, he's shooting
at the E-web. Hoping to get some crits probably in through the woods there.
I think it's a good idea to shoot it. I just don't know if it's a good idea to shoot with this squad per se.
Getting 2 hits, so it's ignored currently by cover. And with no
Putting
aim,
suppression
it's
on red.
suppression.
A red would have been more ideal there.
Yeah, because the E-Web has courage value of 2 or 3. 2.
Yeah, I want to say.
So, ineffective. But still, it's a start, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. It's just
And what's funny is where the E-Web currently is, he could just plop a standby.
add aim and shoot. I mean, there's a lot of things this thing can do.
Yep. He can aim and standby, depending on if he's concerned about Chewie.
I think aim and shoot's better only because the standby can get shot off by snipers quickly.
Yes, agreed. And there is that sniper right there.
So aim and shoot here makes sense.
Getting a crit in, and it does surge to hit, or no, surges to crit actually. So that's pretty big. And then getting a hit and another crit. So 3 crits coming through.
I would say that might be a dead rebel squad there.
And blocking 1, but however not enough, as that's going to delete that squad. And now down an activation.
Oh, he could have guardianed one with Chewie.
Yep, he could have saved him.
Out of range. They might have been out of range.
Can you guardian a crit though?
He rolled 3 there, so they were rolling 3 went through. He could have guardian 2 and then rolled 2, but I think Chewie might be out of range now that I'm measuring it mentally.
Again, can you guardian away crits? I didn't think you could.
Crits.
Because the 3 that he rolled were crits.
Oh, my bad. Apologies.
Yep.
I thought one of them was a hit, not all 3 crits. Yep.
And here would have been the sniper activation that would have knocked off the standby had he done that. So, wise call to go ahead and shoot and delete a unit. However,
you gotta aim and shoot at pink here, I think.
Yep. However, Chewie is in a very close range. Alright, so aiming and firing at pink.
I hope you land something here.
There's your double hit. That will take out that one sniper.
Pretty. That's what you wanted. Down an activation here.
Alright, so Beez is going to have to draw from the stack, or is he going to activate the tank? I think the tank is not your first choice here. I think you leave the tank unactivated and wait for Chewie to round the bend, and then just drop shells on his head.
Yeah, especially with, again, taking activation out here.
Alright,
you're
so...
up an act. Actually, yeah, you're up to 1 because they both have 11 acts, correct? Yeah.
Yep, so here's where you activate red, roll them up, and just lay into the troopers here that are in light cover.
Absolutely.
Also contest... Well, you're not going to be able to contest against 3, but it's a start.
Yeah, I would think you just stay behind the other hill, you aim and shoot.
If you aim and shoot...
Maybe reposition to get more dice into the pool.
Yes.
Because I don't think you're gonna contest that.
Oh, he's looking to assault them, apparently. Alright, so instead... And that's my hatred of the ruler. You really can't use that on the table, but whatever.
He's coming back. He's circling back here.
Looks like he's debating what to do here. Looks like he's completely giving up on the objective on the roller side of the board.
Say so.
Center is firmly in Beez's hands. The objective on the setup side of the board, the rebels will capture it this turn. However, losing 2-1 going into turn 3 is not bad. Especially if you're positioning yourself for a late game push by eliminating activations.
Up 1, he's got.
Here's what he's doing. He's measuring to make sure that he's not going to get within range of Leia for reckless diversion.
I don't think it's possible for him to get in range of the transmission and avoid that. So.
Yep. Well, he arguably could do it because what he would do is he'd just move up to, like the next little divot in the rocks and then Congo line his stuff backwards.
I don't know if moving backwards here, maybe not a full move, but I don't know if moving backwards here works either because you might have Blue move up the hill and just light them up. You might have Han move up the hill and light them up.
So by
Um,
doing this, he's also giving them heavy cover because they're going to be shooting through the dense woods.
yeah. I understand the hesitancy to shoot Leia.
I don't think shooting at Leia is a bad idea in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're not wrong. I mean,
Because that's their major source of courage right now.
yes, but yeah, the entire left side of the board basically hinders on Leia. Not even the entire left side of the board. It's really just green at this point. I think Chewie and Gray and those snipers are completely out of Leia's range.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
So, um, I would think that Leia's plan would be to move towards the left to be safe. But...
So I would say this is an dumb train. That this is definitely shooting through heavy cover because if you look at the dense woods, it is clipping right through that little nub. God damn it, train.
I think you're right. We'll see how they rule it though. They might not go with that. Doesn't matter when you're rolling crits.
I was gonna say, it doesn't matter when you roll five hits right out of the gate. And he is indeed counting as just light cover. That is a missed opportunity for Pope to argue it differently. Wow, this train.
And he loses 3 more models. That's tough.
Yeah, losing those 3, especially when one of them is likely having to be the Z6.
Z6, yeah.
Yeah, the Z6. No, I'd argue it doesn't have to be the Z6. From the head, he can see the leader. Oh no, he would be the Z6 because the leader is the other one. No, you can see the backpack. Yeah, you can see the backpack of the one that's behind him. So yeah, it should just be the Z6 and the leader left.
Yeah, I agree.
But again, however the players rule it is how it's going to be. We are not here to debate their
back. He's putting it back.
Yep.
That's the right call.
Yep, that is correct. Because as we debated earlier in chat, a Z6 is worth 3 Rebel Troopers.
No. I was going to say, if the Z6 went down, I guess he does have the med bot nearby on the right. But, I mean, you want them to be protecting Han, I
was going to say, I think you need that med bot to protect Han and the Z6 squad he's with. Alright, so drawing a trooper token again. He does have the choice of blue, gray, or green.
I think you want to go with green here. I think you just because you're gonna move if you gotta move them out of where they are, and that exposes them. Yeah, I think that's the right call. You move up blue and you probably shoot green here, or maybe red, or maybe you might even be able to get visible side arc shot on the tank. Gonna move to his. Well, I think he's gonna have. He will have transmission no matter what. Yeah, but if he does move to his left, he might be able to get a shot on that tank, on the side arc.
And it looks like that might be what he's going for here.
Checking some range.
He is in range of the tank. He also does have green and red. Both are options for him to fire at. That tank might have heavy cover.
That's what I'm concerned about, is the way he's moving.
He would need to move his commander up to like the next little nudge or ledge, and that would get him outside of heavy cover for the tank. Because keep in mind, just because it's impact 1 now, that if he gets a singular hit, cover reduces before modification.
Yep, exactly. Shooting green might be more optimal here if you're going for a, they're both going to be heavy. No matter what, you're shooting it to heavy the way he positioned them.
Correct.
I think you shoot green or red.
It looks like he's trying to get it so that, well...
Maybe he's worried just in case the Z6 ever went down. I think maybe. I don't know if it's even possible for him to get to 6 inches on the ledge of the...
No, I don't think it is.
Shooting green, I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I agree. And everyone should be able to see at least somebody, so it's good there. Alright, we're going to see a Z6 squad go against heavy cover green stormtroopers there. And there's 2 crits. and 2
There you
hits.
go.
The 2 hits are ignored, but the 2 crits go through. The red saves. Oh, 2 surges. That's 2 down from that squad.
That's the shot he needed, because his last couple Z6 shots were a little ugly. And, right there.
That does indeed help. That helps
Ow.
narrow it a bit, but of course that is still a full activation or activating unit, so...
I don't want to be the person that lives in Bizarro land, but if he moved to that extra step up to that other ledge and took that unopened shot on the tank, that would have been 3 crits going through.
Yep, agreed. Again, who knows what the dice would have been, though.
Right, the dice might be different. It's a little bit different, but
I wonder if he's just going to ignore the tank. If you get past round 3 without putting any damage on the tank, I think at this point you then ignore it, especially with that R2 unit or R4 unit.
I don't know if ignoring it is the right call, but yeah, I think you're right.
Ooh, clearing that suppression. Do we see the sniper roll out and attempt to return fire at orange? I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, and then it just comes down to pulling tokens. Ooh, he's coming down, swinging around the other way.
Really?
Maybe to shoot another sniper to take an action away from, that doesn't make any sense. It's not going to lose an action if you put a suppression on it. And then you're exposing yourself to a sniper that's unactivated that might take you out.
As well as a unactivated Rebel Trooper squad.
You need to swing back towards the edge of the
There,
board.
that's the correct move. You move out,
now,
try and delete the activation, hope you roll a crit or 2 hits, and
now
then you
this
just...
this green sniper squad here might have the range to be able to move to their left and take him out anyways. Forcing them to move.
No, I doubt it.
It'd be close. I don't think he'd be able to get around the edge. But
and there's the crit. There's the deleted
there's the
activation.
crit. Ow.
So down 2 activations.
It's rough. Yeah, he's gonna need to take something out this round. He needs to try and take out pink if he can.
Taking out pink would be great. Taking out green would be great. Han can roll up there and likely have range to probably delete green.
Ooh, did he leave enough room for Han to place up there, though?
I don't know. Because that is a very long speed 2 move to be within range of green. We'll find out when he activates him, though. It's possible. Alright, so it looks like he's going to activate gray. Oh no, instead changing his mind and going to go ahead and improvise to order it.
Do you want a sniper here? Yeah, I think you want a sniper there.
Yep.
Or maybe Chewie. Maybe Chewie. Looks like he did not want to go with the core here. What do you do with gray? I think
I say you roll it up and either fire at the unactivated pink sniper or the light pink, or go for the heavy pink. You could probably get into range of him.
He meant to move him by accident there.
Yep. I don't think you take this move. He does have range to light pink. Does not have range to bright pink. Bosk will be able to fire at them depending on where they position.
Definitely shoot. I think you move and shoot light pink here, even though it's heavy. You're going to be in range of the transmission. You got another action. I think that's the play.
Yeah, it removes that sniper, forcing them to activate and move.
And
it keeps you away from Bosk, which is the other important part. Because if he had moved forward and over to try and take out hot pink, Bosk would have had very easy in the open shots at them.
Yeah, straight Bosk field day. And the key component here is if you take out that sniper, you now have 2 snipers that you can remove off the table if he wants to move out and shoot. If you were to take out that sniper model.
Yep. I think this is the right move. However, and here's the problem, blue over here is not activated, and they have a medic with 1 wound left, so they would just bring that sniper back.
Good call. Good call.
So instead, it looks like he's probably going to shoot at blue. He doesn't have range to him. I say you just take out the pink sniper and have him force that medic to heal.
Force it. Yeah, absolutely. Force it.
There's no reason to hang on and wait.
Well, he does have blue.
Oh, he does have
actually
blue.
does have blue because of the way that trooper is behind the snipers.
Agreed.
Can't even see anything, can you?
They can. Maybe a few of them see the leader.
He's recohering because he wants to shoot blue.
I think this is a bad idea. I think you shoot at pink, and just force the wound on the medic, because it's gonna pop up one way or another. So might as well do it now.
Them back again. I think he's just not sure what he wants to do here. Yeah, he's just going back for the snipers, which is the call.
Yeah. Oh, he's splitting fire.
Ooh.
Well, he got his crit on the sniper. So then it looks like the Z6 is going to be firing at blue. And the sniper's down, which is fine, because that just means that you'll see that medic pop him back up.
Interesting split fire here.
And then the Z6, I'm assuming at blue.
That's the only other eligible target, so I would think so.
And I think all it could see was the commander.
Maybe the guy on the right. Maybe.
Yeah. I don't think you can see the commander. I think you can just see the guy on the right. And it's one hit, so it's irrelevant. It just puts a suppression, which is fine, because that forces it that the blue stormtrooper group can only move or shoot or whatever. They can't do two things unless they roll lucky. But that free action to revive is all that matters.
If he didn't get the crit, I would have been a little worried.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that split fire.
Alright, so Beez pulling a sniper. Purple's unactivated, and pink over here is unactivated. If you pull pink, you are exposing him to return sniper fire from two unactivated snipers.
You don't want to activate them. You want to go dark purple here.
Yep, definitely want to activate dark purple, or burn your improvised orders if you really care. Try and get a trooper token.
Oh, he's activating.
Wow.
The rally roll. That's gutsy.
I would not have done this, because now you're exposing pink over here to counter battery fire. And
I wouldn't even move out if I were him.
Yep.
Yeah, just delay things.
Again, I think you should have used purple.
Oh, man.
I think this is a very bad move, because now it's exposing him to return fire.
This is big for Pope. This is something he needed. He needed him to make a mistake.
This is a mistake that Pope was probably waiting for. And he's wasting a sniper on...
Get them in the open,
yeah,
which is fine.
But again, it's rebel troopers that you're wasting a sniper shot on. And he blanks out anyway.
Blanks.
If
That's
he was,
worst case scenario.
If he was going to do that, he really needed to revive the other scout and then roll them up into range 2 to take advantage of the extra die. That, I think, was going to be the better move.
Pope needs the hope that he pulls a sniper here. He's delaying here. He's looking. Hope for a sniper.
I think he should have improvised orders. He might have forgot he had improvised orders.
Ring over Han now. Ooh, he's going with Han. This is not the good call either. He should have gone for the sniper pull. But I get it. He can shoot red and green here and delete green.
Delete green before they activate.
Sharpshooter 1, so they'll still have light cover, but he does surge crit, and he's got Pierce 2.
So he's really hoping for the crit or the surge here.
Just hope he doesn't regret not trying to go for a sniper to take out pink before they get revived. The roll.
I'm sorry, I'm not looking.
Not gonna be enough.
Nope, that's going to be 1 deleted. So there goes the DLT. But The activation is still on the board.
For the gunslinger shot on red here will be next.
Yep, and this will again be light cover.
It, but it's definitely
I was gonna say
light cover.
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't know what he's debating. It is definitely light cover because area terrain doesn't matter as long as your line of sight's passing through. All right, so here we go. Looking for crits and surges. 2 hits. That's going to be another singular dead infantry. So Beez really lucking out here with the Han Solo rolls against him. Drawing a trooper token.
I go blue here.
You almost have to bring back the purple sniper. What are you doing? No!
Right, I think he's just measuring for panicking off the board, but they would have to apply 2 more suppression. That's just not going to happen over there on that side of the board.
Yeah, you definitely go with blue here.
Yeah, there we go.
Revive this pink scout. You got lucky that Pope didn't draw that token. Like, real lucky.
I still don't know. I'm baffled by going with Honda. There's no urgency to do it.
Yeah, because I would have let Green make the mistake of moving out into the open or something. But instead,
yeah, of course,
he put that sniper at risk.
I'm sitting on my couch drinking a beer while they play. So
I mean, this is true. We are not them. We don't have the stress of the game going on. But that is the point of streaming. Is we are here to say what we think should have happened. So, well, that was loud.
You could hear that? Sorry, yeah.
All right, so it looks like blue is going to go ahead and move out. They have a singular activation, or singular action. They've revived the scout, so that's not a problem there. I suspect if you're going to go and try and contest this objective, that's fine, but you definitely want to put yourself where you're not going to be exposed to a bunch of other troopers firing at you.
During to Chewie. Pope, I don't even expose Chewie.
Alright, so green over here. Need to roll off that 3 suppression. Oof. That is brutal. Thankfully, they're within range of Leia.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I would do, is just retreat.
Yep, keep the activation alive.
You're already down 2. You missed an opportunity to take out light pink to try and even the scales a little bit, keep them safe, and just use them later.
Yep, and there you go. Hiding perfectly behind obscuring terrain so that way they cannot be touched. Just leave them there and I guess just dodge standby every single turn at this point until probably the last turn to try and collapse on the center. Alright, so B's drawing a token and he draws another trooper unit. Looks like it's going to be the lone green trooper.
Comes the rally.
Does not get it, so single action. I think you do the exact same thing. You run him into whatever obscuring terrain you can find, and then keep him out of the...
There is none over there.
He's
in trouble. He just needs to come this direction. I don't know if he can
Yeah.
get fully obscured. He just needs to make sure that Han can't just, straight up go. Han could go, sorry about the mess next turn and just take them out.
Yes, this way he's out of range of Han, forcing Blue to intercept him if Pope really wants to finish off that activation. There's no way to hide him, but you're basically forcing somebody to fire at him as he runs away.
I'll say that Pope might have this transmission on the right if you're on facing Pope's side and you're looking at the right as Han on that
Roller
hill.
or board setup side?
I am on board setup side, so where Han is on the hill.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely has
He's
it.
got
There's no way you're going to dislodge him.
for most of the rest of the game, I would say.
Getting him off that hill is going to be a problem because everything's going to be hard cover.
And everything is just going to push left.
Which it looks like Beez is in position to do so, but he's going to have to do it like he's going to have to make a lot of heavy moves really quick.
Burr is moving, and I don't. Oh, maybe moving to try and shoot dark purple.
No, looks like he's going to shoot light purple with that move. Hot pink is pretty much untouchable. Does he have? He could shoot dark purple. You are right.
I would shoot dark purple here. They haven't activated. That's the move. That's a good play.
Yep.
That's a
and
real
you're
good
going to kill the spotter, so that's going to prevent them from rearranging themselves later. Heavy cover though. Gets the crit.
Oh, we got the crit.
That's what he needed. And there's the spotter.
I like that play a lot.
So there you go. That brings yet another unit back within a single hit to be eliminated. The opening that Pope was looking for. And then that means that you have the sea foam, no, not sea foam, but like dark aqua green back here that can respond to any sniper movements.
If dark purple moves out, they're vulnerable. They are vulnerable to be taken out. You almost have to return fire to dark green in front. If you can get a shot on their base, maybe, or the cape, you got to take that.
You can easily see the cape. Move. You can roll out and definitely see the cape.
Ooh, he's going the opposite direction.
Really? I don't know why though.
That will save him. That will save him from other sniper shots, I suppose.
Yeah, but now you're an easy target for the Z6 squad if they're close enough. I don't think they are. I think they're out of range though.
Yeah, it might be slightly out.
However, I don't know what he's going to shoot at that's going to be effective the rest of the game. Because again, at this point, you ignore Blue, you ignore Han, and you ignore Leia.
Shooting Han, it looks like.
Okay. In heavy cover. Gets a single hit. That's not going to be anything except suppression. I think that you roll him out, try and pick off the sniper via his cloak, and then forcing him to have to move and fire back at you. That said, I think that's the right move, and then just hope for the best.
Chewie. So you got lucky by pulling Chewie late. I don't know what you do with Chewie. You don't want to expose him to Bosk.
You don't want to expose him to the tank either.
Tank.
That is the current problem.
You want to try and set up a shot on the E-Web, but that exposes him. I really think that you might just move him onto the crates to your left and see if you can get him to range and safe.
He can edge onto the crates and probably fire at the light purple sniper. He might also have range to the hot pink sniper, too.
If you were to get cheeky, he's got to worry. I mean, it's not like Boss can kill him in one activation, but he puts wounds onto him and then Reptilian rampages him. You're in trouble.
Yep.
Lying in wait, because Chewie's getting out of command range. You might not be able to get a token on him.
I would also be a little concerned that you're either going to see Reptilian Rampage, hell, you might even see Dioxis as well. Whatever you do, do not stand on the crates, because that does not give you heavy cover. You need to be behind them. I think, as dumb as this sounds, I think you you could edge him out slightly to, well, no, because that range right now, Chewie would be hard pressed to do much.
And here, he can see the U.S.
He can.
I guess you can see the right edge of it.
Sure, if that's what they decide. I don't believe so, but if that's what they want to say.
Shooting and then moving.
Double
Here's
block.
one. But he's shooting and moving, I guess.
I'm kind of surprised that they said that he can see. Because if that's the case, I'm surprised that EWEB didn't shoot Chewie. But whatever. Again, if that's what the players decided, that's what they decided. Out of all the things possible, that's likely the only move that he would have had. So.
No, yeah, he's going into the crates, which I figured that's the best place for him. You know, it almost evens out because that E-Web shot probably shouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I agree.
Not that that's the good way of looking at it.
In hockey terms, that would be a make-up call.
Make-up call.
As you're all too familiar with.
Oh, jeez, of course. I don't know why he just... Leia left, if I'm not mistaken.
Leia and the snipers.
Sniper. Yeah. Obviously, these snipers need to at least take a peek and see if they can see that sniper from the left. I don't think they will, but at least take the chance.
Drawing Bosk. Do you take Bosk?
Ooh, he still has improv. He hasn't used the. He's improving it. It looks like.
Yep, and grabs the. Then that's exactly what you wanted. Grab the officer, so that way you can give Bosk a aim token.
And the only thing that's really that Bosk has the shoot. Well, if he moves to his right, he has purple, I suppose, but he might not be able to see the Z6. So the good thing is
you can move him and shoot at gray.
That's what I said. You can move to his right and shoot gray. You can maybe shoot purple, but you probably can't see the Z6. So I will say that Pope is doing a pretty good job of trying to take Bosk out of it. I don't know if it was intentional because he lost the unit. He lost the unit and had to scramble green back. So I don't think it was really intentional. But hey, the unintentional moves are sometimes better than the intentional ones.
Agreed. I think you should have moved the officer over a little more so that way he keeps range to Bosk for next turn. But not a big deal. Leia gonna go ahead and activate. She's gonna move over to probably get closer to Chewie to start giving out orders that way, realizing that that's gonna be an issue.
That should only be a speed 1 move coming out of there, though.
Yes.
Inspiring. Yep. Actually could take both off. He's maybe trying to inspire purple, but I don't think he can. He's actually better off keeping inspire on purple for heavy cover.
Yeah, because it's a single suppression.
We want that suppression on there.
Yeah, it's gonna take a double move to get over there to be able to issue an order to Chewie. And he's moving at full speed out of the woods. That is a not a correct move. But Beez not calling him on it.
Actually gonna be pretty big because I think he's gonna be able to get Leia behind that and not get shot by the tank. I don't know if a speed 1 move would have helped. I don't know if a speed 1 move would have done it for her.
I don't think it would have. But however, that said, he should not have made that speed 2 move.
Now, do I think that those trees should be difficult? I don't think so. But it is how it is stated. Now, they could have also talked about it before and said it was not difficult. Possibility. We'll say Pope is limiting Beez's options here going forward. Like, what does the tank do here? Maybe move forward, reposition, and shoot purple with. I mean, you could shoot purple with both guns for the reposition and maybe just a shot.
he can't reposition currently because he'd knock over yellow and
Yeah.
displace them.
I mean,
This is probably a valid move. Do this, that gets him on purple, and then light up purple.
and then his arcs are pretty much way out of reach for a lot of things.
However, again, doing this, he's going back to a side that is going to force him to have to uproot people that are in heavy cover the whole game.
I mean, blue at this point will just aim shoot at that thing, and then this is where it gets interesting because green, who we thought maybe won't have anything to do, they can come around this corner, impact one, and just lay dice into that thing
Yeah,
and be relatively safe.
but again, he might. This might just be a one-turn thing, and the next turn he's going to spin around the other way. God damn.
Okay, and this is suppressive because it's using the front cannon there.
Well, that's going to be 4 wounds, I suspect. Because nope, it's going to be 3 because they sold the suppression.
Yeah, which is a good thing he did not inspire that as we were talking. He's gonna need some
And
saves
that's
here.
a dead unit. So that's another activation down. That's 3 activations this turn that have been removed. So that's not a bad maneuver at all. As I don't want to say critical, but non-optimal as, excuse me, as that play was, because that purple unit's that is on a scoring objective that's kind of irrelevant. By doing so, that's 3 activations down from Beez that Pope is in right now. So just the sheer activation count alone makes a huge difference.
Beez is just going for the attrition at this point.
Yep, and I think now the next turn you rotate the tank and then start marching it out towards Chewie and stuff, and just show its back to Blue and Han because it has armor on the rear.
Ignore the hill.
Yep, you just ignore the hill. I think that's the correct move, and they're completely cut off now. That's Han and a medic Z6 unit completely cut off from the rest of the army. That'll be pretty massive.
They'd have to come down the hill, down the backside, to then come across the entire map. It's just not going to work. Shot on pink here. That he doesn't expose.
So he does have the shot on light pink. He has a shot on Bosk as well as the blue stormtroopers. Shooting pink will simply shift them back, which is fine. Shooting the blue stormtroopers will be irrelevant. I guess you take the shot at light pink. My fiance is texting me. She's too indecisive. Alright, firing at pink like we thought. Looking for that crit. And does not get it, just a suppression.
Fortunate, because light pink really could have been off the board. But you know what? In hindsight, he did pull a core token, I think, when we were talking about that, so it wouldn't have changed anything. But
Yep. Alright, now Bosk is pulled. I think you move Boss to start taking on Gray. I think you start focusing everything on that side of the board, and you just cut off Han and his squad by rotating the Z6 back when needed, and have the Occupier kind of roam back and forth as needed.
turn towards the hill.
I don't think you go after the hill. I think you completely ignore Han and the troopers.
Well, heavy cover, and he can crit, and but he's only got 1 aim. I don't know. I just ignoring that hill is just the best play.
Well, again, we're not in the game. We don't have the stress that they have, but I would hardcore ignore the hill. I'd shift everything to the roller side of the board now. Oh, and it looks like he's doing it. Oh, I would not do this at all.
I don't think he has the space to even do it. Move up and in. I don't think he's gonna have the range. He might. He's trying to shoot Han rather than blue.
I don't think you shoot at them though.
I guess maybe he's thinking about taking actions away from Han, or maybe he's thinking about going into a reptilian rampage into Han.
I wouldn't though.
Oh no, I'm
I
not. I don't
I
disagree with
I
you.
would
I'm just.
very much save it for
This
Chewie.
is a greedy play. Is what it is. He's got Han. He does get Han. It looks like
I still don't think this is the right move.
he cover with one aim. I mean,
I mean, Bosk is the one person who can shoot through cover, no problem.
yeah, yeah, of course.
However, again, I think that Gray would have been a better target because you're going to roll around and try and take that whole side of the board. Because once Gray's down, all that's over there is Chewie and a bunch of snipers, and that's easy to shoot through.
Re-roll. Now nothing going through.
Just 2 suppression on Han. Well, arguably with Leia moving out there, it's possible to suppress Han and cause him to panic.
Yeah, again, especially with Reptilian Rampage, you could double tap him and then he's got 6 on him. He's in trouble. But
I don't think that's the right move. I think shifting everybody.
making him hit him on that hill doesn't do anything because he can't panic directly to his right because he can't clamber down. He would have to come down the hill.
Yep.
And it's just not going to accomplish much. I don't know.
Well, Beez does have a plan here, and it seems like he is trying to lay on to Han, but again, he's going to drop down a suppression next turn anyway. I think shifting everything over to Gray would have been the right move, because all that's over there is 2 snipers, Chewie, and this Gray team, and Chewie is not as big of a threat as you think when you have a bunch of stormtroopers.
Not to mention a bounty on him. So if you start moving Bosk towards Han, he's going to feel a lot more comfortable moving Chewie into positions.
Not only that, but you're also going to see less stuff able to be thrown at Chewie as well. Like, Chewie is not going to be afraid of a singular Stormtrooper squad, but 2 or 3 Stormtrooper squads and Bosk? No, Chewie's effectively out of the game then. Instead, he's pursuing Han. I think this is the wrong move. I guess this is getting greedy.
I think this is definitely greedy.
But I don't know what he's getting greedy for, because it's not like Han has any benefits. Unless he's trying to, for some reason, take out change of plans.
Yes, but he has no wounds on him, right?
Yes.
Just 3 suppression.
Yeah, I'm not too set on Han being a problem. Yeah, he does have change of plans in his hand, but so what? Change of plans is worthless, when he's completely irrelevant from the game and you're dealing with Chewie by himself.
Easily just sit on the middle with the tank and the E-Web because I don't think anything's taking those off the board at this point.
Nope. Tank being
maybe the E-Web, but not the tank.
Again, if you haven't damaged the tank by turn 3, I think the tank is now an ignore.
There's 90 minutes on the clock here. We're in round 2. It
will pick up speed.
Well, yeah, but what if the game doesn't go on round 4, and you get one of those weird games where you score twice on the same round because it ends, and you haven't displaced Gray from left, and you haven't displaced Han from right, and you have all this attrition won. Objective.
Han taking a wound so far. Therefore, still need to do uncanny. So Han taking a singular wound. That is an activated hunter. However, the issues that you had 2 units fire at Han to give him a singular wound. I don't think that's really worth it. Oh, there is no hunter. I'm sorry, Boss does not have hunter. So that's even more reason I wouldn't have gone after Han with all that stuff. Because now you're priming 3 or 4 different units to shoot at Han and those troopers up there. I guess he's wagering that Han and the medic unit on top with heavy cover is less of a threat than a non-medic unit, Chewie, and 2 snipers. Alright, so scoring is 2-1.
See how it plays out.
There is a 3 activation advantage, though, for Beez at the moment.
That's huge. That's massive.
That is very massive. Do you play Reptilian Rampage here as a bluff? To try and force change of plans?
Might just be playing it just to play it, because he's got to have some sort of plan here to try and take Han off the board. Which, again, I don't know why.
Well, you saw he just measured to the edge of the heavy cover, the guard tower.
Right.
So if he's doing that, he should have done that much earlier. That said, the other option is you need to close the distance to Han and you can throw a charge up on the hill.
What about sorry about the mess here? Yeah.
Yep, sorry about the mess against Reptilian Rampage.
He's gonna take Han right off that hill to make sure Boss cannot shoot him twice.
That's exactly what I would do. Yeah, I think Reptilian Rampage was a wasted card here. You should have done a wraparound, fired at Gray, Reptilian Rampage, so that he could have laid into Chewie.
Might be able to just lay into blue, which is great, but
it's not his best, but it's not terrible.
His plan was to go after Han here. I mean, clearly.
Yep. And now Han's gonna escape.
Rally, he's got 3 on him. I mean, even if he doesn't rally, I mean, he's just gonna. I mean, rallies and takes 2 off. He's definitely taking a shot at red before he gets out of there. That's for sure.
We'll see. No, he is suppressed. He would just, in my opinion, you run. You just move.
Yeah.
Yep, and that's exactly what he's doing. I think Beez made a couple critical mistakes here.
He telegraphed what he was trying to do, and sorry about the mess, is a great card right there.
Yep, I think that the better plan would have been to go after Chewie. If he changed of plans it, you just roll it right into either Dioxis Charge, or you roll it into Lying in Wait, and you tackle Chewie that way. Now, all those shots at Han were pretty much wasted. I hate to say it, but at this point, I think you take the Bosk activation, and you might as well fire at blue now before they move, too. Because there's no reason for them to stick around on top of that hill when they can just move back up at next turn and take this objective again.
Now, Bosk is just sitting there. He's got nothing really to do. You can shoot blue, like we were saying, heavy cover. You're not going to have a pile of aims. I mean,
I think you take Bosk now, because if I was Pope and I drew a trooper token, I put it on blue and I'd run them down the hill as well. And then once that's done, Lying in Wait is completely worthless. Or not Lying in Wait. Reptilian Rampage is completely worthless.
Then he's not even in a good position for a Lying in Wait.
Correct.
I mean, Bosk. Now, don't get me wrong. Bosk is completely safe where he is. And
I think this is the only move Bosk has.
It's the right one, because now you're gonna put 4 suppression on them, and you might even take a lot of them out.
Well, there's one. That's one dead trooper.
Dead. I mean, that's not ideal. I mean, it's not ideal. And this is where, Bosk has great dice, but...
And one more dead trooper. So, Lying in Wait causing 2 wounds.
A Reptilian Rampage.
Or yep, sorry, Reptilian Rampage causing
You're good.
2 wounds.
They gotta remember Pierce here.
Yep.
But I mean, Reptilian Rampage only supplying 2 wounds is not ideal. That is not what you want with that card.
Now that was a
Oh,
critical miss. That was a great play by Pope to get Han out of there.
yep, absolutely.
I think you take the wound on Bosk, and you. I hate
Move
to
him.
say it, you've already wasted everything going to the hill. I don't know if you double down on it or if you realize your mistake now and move towards Gray now.
Move towards Gray. But he looks like he might be going towards Han.
Is he really going to double down on it? I mean,
Boy.
if he's, it's either now or never. You double down on it and you move over there and you Dioxys when you
Yes,
can.
I guess he could set up a Dioxys. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking to myself. But I don't know.
All right, so now you have to double down on it. You move absolutely everything you have to the left to the setup side of the board, and you basically throw your snipers away at this point. That's what you do. All right, unable to regenerate that wound. That's fine.
I mean, interesting because these Beez has attrition and he has the upper hand, and he's starting to make moves that could be a detriment to his game. Now, I'm not saying that they're necessarily like the worst moves, but they're moves that help Pope get back into the game here. I think.
I agree, because this is very much freeing up that entire uh, roller side of the board to potentially come
Pressure
and
on
do some
food.
stuff. So he loses out on activations, but he at least gets one. They don't panic.
Moving towards Han. I think you ripped the wound off Han, so that way Hunter's not activated.
Well, there is no Hunter
And
to worry about.
well, later on, I mean, right? Isn't doesn't does his boss not have it?
It does not have it.
Okay.
I mean, it's yeah. The right move here is to bring back the Rebel Trooper,
Yep.
and then I suppose fire at either green to take out the activation or red or yellow. Take your pick. I think you fire at green, take out the activation.
I think so too. Um, I could see the point for shooting yellow here. I get it, but taking out green might be better here.
Now they are in the open.
It's true. That is absolutely true.
Yeah, I guess the better shot is yellow. I just hate to see activations run off without you being able to do anything about it. All right, so looking at 9 shots here, yellow in the open, and 3 hits.
Red. What will the red dice say?
Not today, apparently.
That's a big shot.
So that is absolutely huge. That is everything down to the R4 unit and the DLT. That is a massive, massive swing. Complete luck, but still a massive swing.
You know, taking the open shot is usually better than the cover one, and that definitely played out the way you wanted.
That played out perfectly. I mean, that is not what you would have expected out of those die, but
It's crazy to say that a person down 3 activations could be turning the table a little bit, but he's turning it.
he's certainly doing everything he can to. All right, so it looks like the pink sniper here is going to go ahead and fire at something. Does get his activation.
Another good thing is that for Pope is that hot pink. The only thing he can really shoot at right now is the rebel troopers, or he's got to move to shoot something more valuable. You know, I still think it's gonna be tough because like Beez is doing a really good job of protecting his snipers at the moment. And he in Pope needs to definitely try and balance the scales here with the activations. So if you're Pope, you hope that hot pink just makes him move a little bit. Will. but definitely needs to try and take an activation off somewhere here.
Well, he does have the option. Well, the hot pink sniper is not really going to be able to be shot right now. You now can move gray over there to do so because Bosk is gone. Chewie can move over there and start firing at stuff.
I would move back here and try and take out green on a long shot. Trooper all the way across here. Nope, he's aiming and shooting.
Aiming, shooting at blue. Sure, I get it.
Not a bad shot either. I think maybe moving back to try and take green out might have been a good idea.
And he gets the crit. That is a that is one trooper gone.
Big reroll there. He needed the aim, so never killed green, so I guess it wouldn't have mattered. He needs to definitely try and find a way to
even out the attrition game here.
Yeah.
It looks like both people are down, or both players are down pretty heavily in terms of the trooper count. Ooh, pulling the tank. I think you go ahead and take the tank.
Yeah, you don't move it though. Do not move it, because then you're exposing Bosk.
I think you take it, and you can likely fire up onto the hill. Or, alternatively, you improvised orders it, and he did improvise orders it, and he got a sniper instead. So he's probably waiting to see what's going to happen with Leia and the green troopers. Doesn't want to expose the side to them. But I think at this point, Leia can fire at the side all she wants, and it's not going to make a difference. Looking like this sniper is going to move over.
They're trying to take away as much cover it can from those troopers, if I had to take a guess, is what he was trying to do.
And that is in the open.
Have to slightly move.
Well, he gets a hit, so that's one dead trooper. That said, though, if I was Pope, I would just move forward and take out that sniper now.
Or just take take one in the back. There you go, because now you're getting green.
Yeah, now it's split. However, Pope needs to be cognizant that he controls the outsides of the board, and if he moves anything away from this outside, he could leave Chewie here. It's going to suck if Chewie's kind of left all alone to just hold an objective, but it is something at least.
I could see him shooting blue with gray, since both snipers have activated.
Yep.
He needs to rally, though, so he might not even get 2 actions here.
No, he gets a singular action. I think they're still in range 3, though.
Leader, though.
So yeah, it's gonna be the leader in the Z6 against blue if he wants to.
He does have light pink and heavy cover at range 3 because of the cohesion.
Yep. I guess the question is, do you shoot at the sniper? It's gonna be light up to heavy.
Yeah, he would be rolling more dice that way. He'd be rolling 3 and 6.
Yep. Or do you split fire? Again.
He could be doing that again. He certainly is.
Yep. Well, there you go. That's what he needed. That's what he needed. This is a 5-up save.
Oh, man.
And he nailed it. Nails it.
Man, Pope with these split fires giving me a heart attack every time he does it. But
never split fires. Thrawn, don't split fire. Codec, if you're watching. Or not Codec. Codec? Yeah, Codec, if you're watching. Don't split fire.
Don't forget, I got his game to watch tonight. Man, big night tonight.
It's way too late for me to watch. 10:30 sucks.
I'm a man. I'll watch like the first couple rounds.
No, man, I'm gonna be in bed. Even though I only have to work like an hour tomorrow. Still. All right, so Z6 going at blue.
I think he can see the medbot and the leader here. Like that's definitely what they're discussing. It doesn't even matter. The medbot's already used up.
Yeah, the medbot's already used up.
I mean, it does matter. It does matter. Don't get me wrong, but
you can actually see the base of the guy in the back.
That's all you need.
I think he was arguing that they're in the open.
Oh, maybe. That's not a bad argument.
If you look, the lines. Oh, and he makes 1 save.
No, that med bot is the last thing to go off the board.
Yep. It would actually be the leaders pushed back.
That's something
Again,
yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's something yeah, I'm just not gonna. I was gonna say maybe that's something because that's like a mandatory thing.
no, that's a rule mistake that they need to learn from.
That is true. Has an effect on the game because it's a non-combatant, and now instead of rolling one white dice, he'll be rolling two. It's
I
not
I
not a huge deal, but it matters.
I agree, but that is a rule mistake that they need to learn themselves. We're not here to tell them how to play the game. They've made a few. Oh,
Coming
looks
back
like
on the board.
they
Coming back on the board.
yeah,
I
looks
got
like
it.
they realized it. So
Right.
the leader should arguably move backwards as well.
Yeah, well, I'll just let that one be. As long as the med busted on the board, it's more detrimental that happened than the leader moving back.
So
Even though you are correct.
eWeb gonna get his activations here. What does the eWeb
As
do? Well,
as the two great troopers to shoot, I guess.
he can shoot at the snipers. If you look at the dead
Snipers.
center of the model, he can see both sniper units. He can take his pick of the snipers or shoot at Gray. But again, if you're doing that, why did you not move everything to the left or to the roller side of the board to fire at Gray initially?
Because that E-web's not moving. Let's face the facts. Maybe I'm wrong. No, there you go. That E-web's not going to move. The snipers.
I think the mistake was made by not going after Gray. But that said, he might have a plan. Firing at Gray here is not bad. Firing at the snipers is not bad. I think going after Gray is probably the better choice. He looks like he's aiming and firing, but I don't know at what.
Pope, do you go for the tank or do you go for the E-web? I think you go for the E-web, correct?
You're not going to kill the tank. So yeah, you go for the E-web.
You swing to your left and you split your forces up. You let Han stay on the hill. You make Leia and Green go towards the left with Gray and Chewie, and you just try and hunker down the sides.
Ooh, rolling for crits. And no dice. 2. I don't know what he's shooting at.
Assume Gray here.
I am too. We'll find out. And yes, looks like he did take those 2 rebel troopers there.
At this point, though, Chewie is not going to die if he just. I mean, again, like you said, it's not really what you want Chewie to do, but sure, this left transmission pretty well.
Yep. Well, that's a lot of attrition on both sides trooper-wise. Looks like Green is going to activate now. I think, yeah, you roll them around and start firing at the DLT, or not the DLT, whatever you want to call it, the E-Web.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to improvised orders it. Arguably, he shouldn't be able to do that because he already moved out the move token, or move template. But again...
Didn't realize he did that, but yes, you were right. Yeah. And you got Chewie. I don't think that was a good improv.
No. I mean, he didn't really commit to anything, so...
I guess you can move Chewie back and just lay into the E-web.
Yeah, I mean, that is an option.
I mean, the tank would have to do some serious work to try and shoot Chewie. You don't need to worry about Blue at the moment because that's just one stormtrooper. You could... Shoot, man, this could be setting up a Brains and Brawn. I know I was talking about it earlier. You could set up...
It is setting up for it, but that said, it's not taking out any activations.
Yeah. You can move up and shoot the E-web, and then maybe try and finish it off with Leia. Set up a Brains and Brawn shot on the tank with Leia and Chewie. You'd be rolling 3 black, 2 white, 2 red, surge crit, sharpshooter 2, impact 1. Now, I'm not saying you're going to take the tank out, but you might make it timid on doing some certain things.
Alright, so apparently they're saying Chewie can see the very edge of the base, which is fine.
And heavy cover, which it already had, I suppose. Yeah. I gets the aim because of Hunter.
And they're saying that probably the E-Web can't see him back.
I would re-roll and fish for crits, that's for sure.
Yep.
There you go. 3 crits going through. 1's guaranteed with Pierce.
Yep. So that's huge. And there you go. 3 wounds. That might delete it because I think it only has 4 wounds. Yep. That will kill it.
That's huge.
And that was what you get for not swinging everything around.
This is, again, well, now he's only down 2 activations, but...
It's starting to make a difference. Popping those snipers would be easy. Popping the stormtrooper would be easy. There's a lot of options here. I think you grab green here and run him away.
Yes, I would say that is accurate. Around thinking about yellow and blue, I believe, but I think you just want to get green out of there. Granted, nothing can really attack green here. Doing something with red. Is he trying to see if he can get an unranged?
He's trying to see if he can get shots at Han. It'll be in cover.
Shot with a dodge. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I don't. Again, I'm still hung up on the fact that this is, I believe, is the complete wrong move.
The tank to come around the hill. I don't know.
Aim and fire at the troops on the hill.
Now that I don't know. Hold it on there, cowboy.
Yeah, he was deleting it. Well, he does get 2 hits. He does have that aim.
Roll all 3 white.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing. An extra suppression, though.
Need for 1 second dark. I'll be right back.
No problem. Tank still has to activate, which is fine. There's still 1 sniper unit that needs to activate. And Leia, as well as the troopers over here, need to activate as well. Looks like he did pull the troopers. Going to... Well, I suppose at this point you roll them around the side and fire either into the tank or into Bosk. Because taking out either would be massive. Unable to clear their suppression, though, so they're only going to get a single action. I think at this point you don't move them. I think you just kind of hang on and wait. Oh, I see what the tank is trying to do. He is trying to get Han to panic off the board. Is kind of what the tank is going to go for. So, we're going to see Pope here. Currently, they really can't do much. I think what you do is you simply leave them as is. Because if you move them anywhere else, that tank's going to roll around and shoot them. As much as it sucks, I think you just do a recover. Or dodge, or recover dodge, or whatever you want. No, he's going to move him. Interesting. So he's going to move him up to be near the crates. I suspect to set up for next turn somehow. Nope, changing his mind. Looks like he's probably just going to take the dodge, I suppose. Changing his mind here.
I am back. What did I miss?
You haven't missed a thing because Pope is debating what to do here about these 2 troopers.
An arc shot into the tank, even though it's useless.
Can't because they're suppressed.
Oh, gotcha. Behind those crates, I would not let them be visible, though.
This does open them up for trouble.
Keep them safe. If you don't get your 2 actions, just keep them safe.
Yep. I think I would have left them back behind the cover. I
agree.
I would have recovered and dodged.
Yep. It would just recover or just take the dodge or something.
Yep.
'Cause you would have lost that suppression at the end of the round, and keeping them safe at the moment is more important than moving them.
All right,
The
so
next round,
instead,
next round is a scoring round. Maybe he's thinking
yeah, moving up and trying to capture.
maybe the middle. He's thinking maybe the middle's exposed because Beez is worried about the hillside.
Yep. I think without pressing the attack like he had, he's now forcing himself to dislodge himself from the center. He's going to move forward this tank, probably take shots at Han to try and get him to panic, but I feel like that's a mistake. Alright, so he is rotating him. If you do this, you better drive forward so you're not shooting through heavy cover. That is one way to do it. I'd angle it slightly differently, so that way your arcs are a little bit better. But that does get you Chewy.
Be going for the snipers, range 4.
Yeah. Yes
Split
and
fire.
no.
He might split fire on the snipers, and I mean, there's been some split fire in here. He gets his aim.
It's going to be heavy. Well, I don't know if it'll be heavy. You might actually see over the crates. I think he does see over the crates. I think it's an open shot.
The green here.
If he were to shoot at dark green. I mean, there's no reason not to shoot at least the concussive at somebody. Oh, and he is splitting fire. Concussive crits and hits. I can only assume Chewy. But it might be at lime green
sure.
here because he did move in a position where you should be able to see him. Whatever he hit is 2 wounds.
I think that's Chewy because green would have light cover from the suppression.
Yes.
He's doing shooting.
Yeah,
snipers.
it is at Chewy.
This is a juicy brains and brawn though. Leia can move around the corner, take a shot, and then brains and brawn. That's that tank, and that tank's well away from the R4 unit. Now I'm not saying
I don't think Brains and Brawn's going to do enough. And gets a crit.
Yeah, it's not.
He does have that aim because he moved. 2 hits on the snipers. I'd argue they're in the open. Oh my god, he saved him. Woof.
Wow.
That is rough. There went that game plan. So, I guess the question is, what do you do next turn? I think lying in wait is kind of wasted at this point in time in the game. I think he's been splitting himself too much here. He keeps like going left then right and left then right instead of focusing one flank. If you're going all in on one flank, you keep going in on it. Now he's like splitting himself back up again.
He's looking for a way to take green off the table here. He's looking around.
He could move. I don't know if he can get line of sight to green.
He might be able to buy these crates if he moved behind the other snipers.
Yes, yes.
I don't know if you could do that without exposing, though. Ooh, going for blue here.
That works. Aim and fire.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea, yeah.
However, it will reduce it to a single man as well, but still. Well, that is 1 hit. He needs that second with that aim. And he does not get it. Suppression.
Unit now has 3 suppression, though.
Officers just behind the building, so
yep.
Plenty of range to recover it. I guess go with yellow and
move towards the tank.
Yep. No, don't go blue. Wait till you get your officer and remove the suppression off them. What are you doing? Okay, well, he's gonna activate blue over here.
Alley roll.
Oh, that's not bad. That's actually not bad at all.
Yeah, but if you waited for the officer, guess what? He would have had 2 actions.
Yep.
I mean, that's not saying that the dice would have been different, but...
I guess you move him backwards, but then he's not actively scoring. I guess you could fire at Gray. If you really wanted to. Gray would be light cover. You're going to look for a crit. I've seen crazier happen.
Where the Medbot being the last to die is big, though. It's, one white die is a lot better than two.
Yep.
Or Pope, that is.
Looking like he's going to move instead, probably to go and help secure the center. Because currently the center's only held by Bosk.
Out of tank, too. Can't the tank score and intercept?
No, it cannot.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of key positions.
Yes, you are. If this was key positions, I think that tank never moves again.
Yep. You are correct.
Alright, pulled Leia. Will she roll around the tank and shoot it in the side?
I would. Sharpshooter, too. They won't get cover.
Yep, you remove the cover from it.
At 3 black, you're going to get impact 1. Your pierce 1.
Yes, you ignore its armor save.
You surge crit. There's a lot going for it here. I'm telling you.
I think you're right.
She can lay some wounds here. And he has brains and brawn in the tank. That tank, and by the tank, I mean in his hand, that tank could be in a lot more trouble than you think.
You're probably not going to like my answer to this, but Leia can see Bosk's arm. I think you shoot Bosk instead.
She's range 2.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yep.
Oh,
shoot the
man.
tank.
If she was range 3, I'd be ecstatic.
Sorry, I'm thinking Veers.
Has the better range. She has the better gun, I would say. Well, and because of sharpshooter, too.
Well, I suspect we're going to see at least one go through here. I don't think it's that big of a deal, though, to be honest.
Well, it's got, what, 8 wounds?
8 wounds plus the R4 unit.
If you were to put 2 or 3 into it, the discussion might be a little different, especially with Brains of Brawn.
It'll depend on what happens here. 1 wound is not going to be enough. I think that tells you that it's not enough damage the next couple turns to make a difference.
We'll see. It might be. I don't know. But shooting a tank at this point might not even be worth it. It's tough.
Need to remove activations. Green over here.
And just needs to skedaddle.
Yep. Oh, the issue is going to be he'd be better off scoring, but without ending up anywhere, it's not going to really do too much unless he moves towards the center, which that's not terrible. Getting him at the center to capture is not bad. Need to get him out of range of those troopers up there. There you go. That's fine. Because the next turn he'll be in a position to score.
And it makes Pope. It's going to make Pope decisions.
Pope's going to have to make a lot of hard decisions about throwing stuff out there to try and capture.
Might
All
get
right.
to a point where he needs to move one of these snipers on the left into that transition.
So Pope is out. So it is all to Beez at this point.
Nothing too important, though. He's going to have yellow, the officer, and purple sniper.
Yep.
Nothing crazy, at least. It's not like Bosk is sitting here waiting to just pounce.
All right, sniper activating.
Shoot.
I guess blue. It's your only target, really.
Ah.
It's not ideal, but...
Oh, less than ideal for sure. It's blocking green, because they could have shot green.
Yep.
Hit. Not enough. Reroll.
No, just the one.
Doesn't get it. Suppression.
And this is why I think that attacking that hill is a mistake.
You're gonna see the Brains and Brawn or change of plans. You might see a change of plans into a Brains and Brawn next round.
I would do the same, because that way mitigate whatever Bosk is about to throw, whether it's lying in wait or Dioxys.
Deoxys. Yep.
I don't think he'd be within range to use Dioxys. Well, no, he might be.
He could move it. Honestly, just put the Dioxys on the middle to just secure that Pope doesn't even try to attempt to go for the middle.
Yep. He could put it in a place that will hit both Leia and the 2 troopers.
Yeah.
Hell, he could throw it under his own tank if he wanted to and not worry about it.
That'd be funny.
Let it detonate under his tank. It's not going to poison the tank, obviously.
Not getting into range there with that. They have a range 2 gun, if I'm not mistaken. No commander. They're range 1 to 2.
Yep.
Range 1 to 2, or is Spotter range 1?
Spotter is range 1.
He needs to get that thing. He needs to get that commander closer to Bosk.
Yep.
I don't think he's gonna get lying in wait next turn. I really think he's gonna get change of plans.
I think you throw lying in wait, and then hope he changes it, and then you do that into Dioxys.
Something along those lines for sure.
Oh my God! Yellow's gonna shoot at blue.
Or maybe you throw Dioxys and make him change of plans it into lying in wait.
I mean, either or is a good option. You can't go wrong with either. I'll put it that way. Firing up the hill. He gets a crit and 2 hits. I would reroll those 2 hits because they're irrelevant. Yeah, so just the crit. I hate to say it again, but I think attacking up that hill is a mistake. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, watch him save it. I mean, if he saves it, then it's even worse. And not to mention that our 4 unit is not in range of that tank.
Well, he hasn't moved him yet. He didn't save it, so that is 1 dead trooper because the medic's already activated.
Did he get the aim from the officer?
Yeah, the officer spotted.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to move towards the tank. Yeah, there you go.
There is a little gap where you can throw the R2 unit or R4 unit, and he should be able to heal.
Looks like he's hiding them. And I don't think that's range 1.
Well, then he's not going to heal this turn. Looks like he's looking to... Yep.
He didn't want to cohere on the side to get shot by Leia.
That's fine. I get it. That makes sense. Out of range of the tank. Tank can reverse if need be, though. Alright, and I believe that's everybody. So turn 4. Hour left in the game. I think, like we said, we're going to see either Dioxys or lying in wait. Either or. And then change of plans. And then I think you're going to see the reverse of whatever we just said. And then probably, as you said, they're setting up a very nice shot with, I don't know what the hell it's called.
Brains and Brawn.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not a card you see often, but it's a good one.
Oh.
Ooh. Oh, it's a similar idea. It's Save Our Own Skins. It's a similar idea, I believe. That Chewie can...
because you activate that unit after you've assigned an order.
That's not as good. It's not as good. Because Chewie is going to be activated. It's not going to be the same shot, is what I mean.
Yep.
Brain Brawn gets Leia in Chewie's gun and basically just forms one mega gun. This might not be good for Pope, and the reason for that is that he's down 2 activations.
That said, he can completely ignore the tank where he's currently at and bring a lot of stuff to bear to take out quite a few things. If he does this wrong and throws everything at the tank, I don't think you shoot the tank anymore. I hate to say it. I think you ignore the tank.
I think the tank is what he wants to go for. But if you have Brains and Brawn, it doesn't activate Chewie. It just adds Chewie's weapon. So you can hit him with Brains and Brawn with the big dice pool, and then activate Chewie second and hit the tank again. You delete the tank.
See, my thoughts on this are you roll out with Leia, bring her up, shoot at yellow, try and delete yellow or green, either or, roll up with Chewie, shoot at blue, take them out, and then next turn you can do Brains and Brawn on Bosk, eliminating Bosk, and then that tank by himself is not going to do a lot.
Huh?
That's my thoughts, at least currently.
You might not have Brains and Brawn too. That's another.
That is an option. What pip is Brains and Brawn?
I think I think it's a 2-pip. I gotta go look. I don't know off the top of my head.
He has not played a 2-pip, so it is possible. He has played a 2-pip.
On Legion HQ here.
No. Tabletop Admiral. We only support Tabletop Admiral in these parts.
Command card. If it's a 3-pip, then we definitely know he doesn't have it. I just can't remember. The 2-pip.
Okay, so it is possible.
No, he got Reckless. It's just whether did he bring No Time for Sorrows or did he bring Brains and Brawn. Now, personally, I bring Brains and Brawn in this list because that's just a lot of firepower that you don't normally see. But when you got Chewie and Leia, you got to do it.
Yep, I agree.
I think you would have seen it here if he had it. So it's starting to make me think he has No Time for Sorrows. But think about moving. Well, here's the thing.
Giving out a dodge, really? Okay.
He's worried, I guess, about taking a. Yeah, well, she's taking cover for herself too. Gives herself a dodge.
And shooting the tank, I would not have done this. All right, hitting the tank with 2 because she surges to crits, doesn't she? So that is 2. Tank blocking both, so taking 1 wound because of Pierce. So at 2. Again, this is what I think was the mistake.
Comes Chewie. I mean, this is what he was planning here, but not gonna be optimal.
Especially because this is going to put Pope at such a giant disadvantage in terms of activations.
Yeah, we started talking about some other stuff, and that's why I got off of what I was. Oh, is he trying to come over and delete blue?
Either blue or hot pink sniper.
Must be giving up on the tank, which is the right call at this point.
I would have given up on tank, but that's just me.
But anyways, yeah, we got on a tangent about it, but yeah, that's why I didn't like this card is because it's now going to put him down instead of 2 activations, it's going to put him down 4. Be right back. My son has woken up.
All right, Chewie firing at blue, looking to try and take them both out. Getting 3 hits will do it. Alright, needing to save all of these. And he does! Oh my god! Beez rolling perfectly, just losing the medical droid out of this with a perfect roll. Wow, once again preserving activations that he normally shouldn't. Green still being able to activate if they choose to. I think you roll out green, and I guess you try and take out blue. You have to capitalize on this and try and do stuff here. Or does Pope not do it? It looks like Pope decides not to, only doing Leia and Chewie. Instead, getting out the trooper units. Looks like red is going to activate. And it looks like they're going to attempt to shoot at... Are they going to roll out and go for Han again? Or are they going to try and hit the troopers up on the hill who already have 4 suppression? Looks like they are going to fire at the troopers on top of the hill with an aimed shot. Getting 3, so that is 1 in. Oh no, not an aimed shot. And a blocked hit. So now they're going to move out. They're going to retreat. No, okay, there we go. Looks like they're going to get close and attempt to be able to capture the objective. They're going to be too far out to capture. In all honesty, he needs to move it a little more straight in order to get even that little inch out of it. Oh no, he looks like he's setting up a... He's moving into cover. Okay.
I see that Chewie did not delete blue.
Chewie threw all his shots, got 3 hits, and then Beez rolled a perfect save. Perfect save was pretty incredible. And now Red firing up on the hill, getting 1 hit through, Rebel Trooper saving it, and now Red retreating behind the woods here.
Going for that hill has been a big mistake.
I agree. It's absolutely a mistake. He had a perfect pincer move on Gray, and he didn't take advantage of it. So
just don't see a way where Beez can score this round.
He will get center, and that's about it.
I meant like score 2. He's
Oh,
gonna
gotcha.
be down. He's going to be down 4-2, and he's going to have to cap all 3. I mean, or cap 2 at the end. I mean, 2 out of the 3 at the end, which is normal on transmissions. Don't get me wrong.
He can still get the bounty. That is still an option.
We might not get to round 6, and he might not win the attrition war enough to make the final scoring round
Yep.
matter the way he thinks.
I agree. So we'll have to see what happens, because they're at 40 some odd minutes, and they're just now on turn 4. Things will, in theory at least, start moving quicker. Bosk, where he is currently at, cannot see Chewie. If he moves 2, I don't think he can see Chewie no matter what. I don't think Bosk has a shot on Chewie. Bosk is going to be shooting at Leia and hoping that he can throw everything he can at Leia, and Leia rolls terribly. But again, we're going with the problem of he's not picking a singular target and sticking with it. He's just jumping around the board everywhere instead of focusing things down. I think that's a huge mistake that Beez is going to fall into.
Moving up. He's got to make sure he can't. He's got to be careful. He doesn't want to cohere. He's going to move back a little bit here.
Forward cohering.
What about? Is he trying to take out blue?
He's trying to take out blue.
Need to move that far forward though. He can see blue right in this little edge of the cliff.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
He might split fire here.
If he has the range to split fire, he might not.
Before he starts doing this. And
because keep in mind, range is measured from the sniper itself, not the spotter. So I'm
Yeah,
not
and
exactly sure why he's forward cohering the sniper like this.
I don't think he has 3 on blue.
No, he does not.
He
So I
can
don't know
move a
why he
little bit
forward
more.
cohered
He
it.
can move a little bit more. He can move a little bit more and might get it.
There you go.
He's going to shoot pink and shoot blue. Granted, that is putting him at danger of losing another activation if pink were to ever land. It would need a lot. He's going to have cover through those trees, don't get me wrong. I do get it. Maybe he's putting all the dice into blue, maybe?
I suppose so.
I
would.
He would need to forward go.
Yeah, I would have backwards cohered and kept that sniper safe.
Yeah.
Instead, this is
What he's
what we
doing
get.
now.
He gets 3 hits on him. I mean, blue's deleted, that's fine. But, man, did he expose his...
He's got to hope that light pink does not take 2 crits. Now,
Yep.
don't get me wrong, 2 crits is, mathematically hard to do. But actually, I shouldn't even say that because this tank could take them out.
The tank will be firing into heavy cover, though. The tank would have to move. If he moved, he could get it so that he can still see over top of the crates and it'd be in the open.
I would just wouldn't even move that far. I would just take a little nudge, get your free aim, and just shoot at it.
Instead, he's taking the snipers, likely going to take pink, and hope that he rolls 2 crits. Aim and fire.
It's a good improv right there.
So, Beez losing another activation, however, there are so many activations available that he can take and snuff out as well that It's not a terrible, terrible thing. This is going to sound dumb, but you could also shoot gray in the open.
Yeah.
I think he's going to let pink do it.
I think gray. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, pink can do it. Yeah, you're right. You can also guardian over here too.
That's true.
Maybe that's why he cohered forward. Maybe why he cohered forward like he did.
Getting a hit in.
Oh no. Oh.
Why is he rolling?
Because you got. That's a good question, actually.
That should be light up to heavy, down to light.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Again, we've let the players get away with other mistakes, so.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
This is a mistake that they should have learned.
Aching my heart watching it.
Hopefully they review this and see the mistakes that they made, but that should have been a light up to heavy because of, what is it? Small target, or whatever it's called. Low profile. And then back down to light because of sharpshooter. So that was an error.
Could have guardian with Chewie. I mean, not that he needed to again. Well,
rolling for Han and fails it, so Han's getting a single action. Han's basically been knocked out of the game at this point, which is fine and all, but
he needs to move back onto the hill into the range of the transmission.
Yep.
To make sure that there's no shenanigans.
Doesn't even need to move onto the hill. He can just move on the opposite side of the hill. There you go.
You want the cover from the hill.
Yeah, he'll get...
You know what? He's going to have heavy cover no matter what because there's suppression on him.
Yes. I will still swear up and down that going after Han and the blue troopers on this hill was a critical mistake.
He's going to be an immovable force on this left transmission. Really hurt. He's got one wound on him. Is that correct?
Yes.
2 wounds on him, it looks like.
Really? I don't know where the second wound came from, but sure.
He's got 9 wounds.
Yeah, because he has the medic right next. Well, the medic has 1 charge spent, so. Man, I would have been going after Chewie and the Grey Troopers this whole time. I would have rolled that flank so hard.
I can't wait to talk to Beez and see what the thought process was.
Yeah. Because again, the problem is we're able to see everything and look without a problem. How's the game looking? It looks so far kind of back and forth. Beez has been going left, then going right, then going left, then going right. He hasn't consistently attacked a single flank or pushed any advantage that he's had. And he's had multiple advantages over the course of this entire game and not capitalized on a single one of them. Whereas Pope is like barely clinging on, but because of the mistakes that Beez keeps making, it's almost like he isn't sustaining any punishment for being down as hard as he is.
It's almost a classic Rebel game where Rebels are kind of getting deleted, but they're pretty heavily supplanted on these objectives and might be hard to move.
Agreed.
A time game. If this game were to go to 6, I think that Beez would be able to definitely win, even with some of the questionable moves. But in a time game where I don't think they're going to get the 6 rounds with, I want to say, what, if I'm going off the top of my head, probably like 37 minutes left if I look at the clock. 35.
Yep.
35 minutes left. I don't think you're going 6. You're going 5. And 5's going to be your final round score. Pope might be able to just hang on to dear life and he win on just objectives.
What is Pope trying to do here? Also, you cannot move over top of the crates like that. You can this way, but again, I don't know what he's trying to do here.
Maybe a heavy cover shot. Heavy cover shot into Bosk. Or maybe shoot yellow. I don't know. Trying to double move into the middle to make him kill green?
Possibly, but yellow still has yet to activate. Green has yet to activate. And even if he did move on, he has more capturing units at the moment.
You try and make the tank turn into a position it doesn't want to.
Um, I don't know if I'd bother. As the tank, I would either you could reverse up if you cared. There's not much holding the center, and there is not much holding the roller side of the table. However, Beez has not capitalized on it again. So, firing with 2 shots at green.
That's not a bad play. Take another
It's
activation
not
out.
bad. It's just that only the one rebel trooper can see him.
They're definitely gonna get.
Apparently, they're saying no, you can't see him. Only one can see him. The commander cannot see him because he sees the tank. And he misses.
Not a good play because now they're exposed. No cover. Or Bosk. Well, Bosk might be able to. Bosk might have to move a little bit, but
If I was Bosk, well, no, you can see the base from Bosk. I would still shoot Leia. I wouldn't bother with them. I'd shoot Leia and then throw Dioxis next turn.
here's the tank.
I think.
Oh, that core token. He should have moved to his left and taken out the hot pink sniper.
Yeah.
With Gray.
Yep, I agree.
Oh, he's worried about suppression on them. Maybe they have 1 token. That could be a concern. Maybe he's worried that he doesn't rally it off. I don't know.
He could have done it much earlier in the game too, mind you.
He's just you're right. I think he's worried. He was worried about the tank. Tank's agenda is not green. Tank's agenda is Chewy and Gray.
Don't forget the tank can rotate. I don't know what he's not rotating it for.
Might not be able to rotate into a good spot here, though.
Yes, you can. It can sit on top of those crates.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, definitely.
Maybe he's not aware that he can sit on top of things.
Going for the sniper.
Why? There we go. I say you just put everything into Chewy. Why not?
Yeah, that's probably the right move. You get an aim token, and Chewy's the bigger threat over there.
Put everything into Chewy or Gray. Delete Gray. Take your pick. The snipers are the terrible choice. If you go after Chewy, you have a very good chance of doing a lot of damage to him. There's enough snipers over here that he could probably be taken out, or Boss can take him out if you move him next turn.
The question is, and again, the question is, even if was to take everything out on this left side, who comes over?
You need to stop saying left. Roller or setup side.
It's just the way I have it set up, orientation. If he comes over to where he's shooting right now and he takes out Chewy and Gray, who comes over and caps that transmission when the final round is going to be 5?
Depends if you roll Bosk over there to try and get the capture, or you can run up the snipers.
I have to, because this game's not going sick.
Like right now,
he's going to need to.
Pink Sniper, he could totally. He'd have to double move this turn, and next
double move
turn.
This turn to double move next turn.
Yep.
He needs to do that if he wants to win the game, because he's going to need Beez this.
Well, the problem is he's been splitting his time going left and going right. He's not doing it properly. Because now he could have collapsed his flank much earlier and then had no problem capturing it and then just holding Han off by himself.
Because deleting blue for Pope was big.
And they're taking a pause.
I would think he's taking cover off of Chewie because he's on the boxes.
Yep, it would be the same as touching. They are allowed to ask us questions. We might be dead wrong, but they're allowed to ask us questions.
I mean, I'm typing it up. I'm just going to say no cover touching the terrain would take it away.
Ah, there you go. Yep.
So that's how I would rule it.
Yep.
Should we have a suppression on him?
No, that is the troopers.
The aim, the free aim from the move. In, 'cause my son's
Ouch. 5 wounds is rough.
He needs to save a couple of these.
Not a single one.
No, that's 7 wounds.
Well, now the question is, do you go after Chewie with Bosk? Because that's a very easy bounty at this point.
Oh man, that's scary.
I mean, what you do is you can probably... I don't know. Because I don't think Bosk can get anywhere where he can see Chewie easily.
Either.
Right about here where my camera currently is, if you're watching my stream, he could see Chewie. Is this a move 2 to get there? I don't know. And with all those aims, I'll guarantee you he's going to get crits. He could bounty Chewie right now.
He might be able to move a little bit behind the green trooper.
Yep, and that's where I was actually aiming my camera earlier.
Yeah.
And he can see like the bowcaster and an arm.
That is frightening.
Wow! Well, those troopers are rallying pretty hard. Well, I think blue is quite limited into what they can do. Looks like they're reviving a trooper. I don't think that they can do that, to be honest with you, because that trooper died last turn, but again, mistakes. Yeah, that trooper died last turn, so they should be able to bring him back, but again, that's their mistake.
I'm petrified of this a potential Bosk elbow shot.
Where are you going to move or shoot? Looks like they're moving. Are they trying to move to get shots on green?
I don't know if moving off the hill is the right call here, because Bosk... Well...
At this point, I think... I hate to say it again, Bosk should not focus on this area, and instead Bosk runs off to the roller side.
It could be... I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. It could be a bait, though.
I don't know. It's a good question. It is a very good question.
Can't afford to lose blue. He needs blue with Han to secure the hill. Hello is right there to contest if they needed to. Struck.
I don't know what blue's going to do. I really don't. I'm not sure what they were going for here. Well, apparently the answer is nothing. Oh yeah, because they only get a singular move. Never mind. That's dumb. I think that sniper shoots at gray in the open. Oh my god. Remember that 2 crits?
Oh, boy.
And that sniper unit is dead, or not sniper unit, but that infantry unit is dead. I don't even think they got to activate.
Now, if Bosk can see the elbow of Chewie, this game's over.
I think he can. There's still the snipers.
He needs to double move that sniper into that transmission for safety, for safekeepings.
There's still the snipers. I think he can sing. No, he'd have to double move it.
He's definitely gonna double move it. This is a crazy game.
There's been
Double move it. Yes, yes, that is the play.
that's the only play you have. It sucks, but it's the only play you have. He might be able to get in a position where he's with. There you go. He can move and fire.
Bad at all.
I mean, the tank's going to delete the next turn anyway, but it is turn 4, and they have 30 minutes left. Turn 4 with 30 minutes left, and yeah. We are
It's
likely...
going to be interesting because, like I keep on saying, the objective scoring could be real interesting if he can't see Chewie's elbow. Now, we both think he can. He might not see it, though. He might not be focused on that. He's been focused on the hill.
He does get a crit.
Elbow.
That does eliminate the one sniper. Yeah, the problem is, I'm looking at... We're not in the moment. We're not focused. We don't have blinders on. You and I see this shot because we're always looking for every possible thing. Did Beez get stuck with blinders? No.
He sees it.
He sees it. He definitely sees it. And from here, he definitely has the shot at Chewie. No problem. There you go. This is likely game. Because he's going to roll more than enough crits with 7 aim tokens.
He just needs 1 crit, basically. Or no, does he have 7 wounds? Sorry, 7 wounds. He needs 2. He needs 2 wounds to go through here, but...
He should have it.
To get it.
It all comes down to this. Can he roll enough crits with 7 aims? There's 1.
There's 2.
There's 3. And he's burned 3 aims. 4 aims. 5 aims, and that's 4. 6 aims here. 7 aims. The last aim. Can he do it? Can he get all 5? No, 4. Can Chewie save... Oh, maybe I miscounted there. Can Chewie save... He needs to save all of these. If he fails 1, Chewie is dead.
That's a bounty, which is a big...
Bountied.
Oh, boy. That hurts.
Bountied. That is... Oof. It's not game yet.
There's a sliver of hope here, though.
There is still things.
What I mean by that is that...
All right, so let's call it now. What can Pope do to come back from this? I think the answer is he does have a few tricks left.
What he needs Beez to be blind, but what I mean by that is that he takes yellow and moves him towards blue and Han, and then only move green towards the middle, completely forgetting about Leia, who can move to the middle and help cap the middle or tie the middle. One of green or yellow into the middle. Not saying that's going to happen, but I'm just saying that is a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, that is an option. Because right now, Beez is going to score the one objective on the roller side. He's going to score the other side. Seems like that was about 5 minutes. I think that it's not going to take... They're not going to go to time at this rate.
I think they have plenty of time now. I think 30 minutes they might go to round 6. It was up to they're
Especially
starting
with
to
how
a lot more.
little is left. Are they declaring this all one terrain piece is the question. I think the answer is no. That is 4 individual terrain pieces. So I think that that is just a suppression.
Okay, yeah.
So it's going to go up 4-3 as long as he moves up the green stormtrooper. He still has purple over here, who could roll 2 crits.
Oh man, don't say that. You are right.
What?
Ooh. Just gonna try and focus down the snipers over here.
I guess. Oh, because if he takes out the sniper leader,
Yep.
that will deny him
In the
the
open.
point.
Aim token in the open. He just needs 2 hits.
Yeah, that is in the open. That was a good sight. I didn't even think of that one.
You know, when things started looking up for Pope, they're starting to look really down for Pope now, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a huge roller coaster. Nothing. Has the aim. Deletes the unit.
Oh!
Oh my god, he deletes the unit.
That's a ball game.
Oh.
Well, yeah, he doesn't delete him. But
He gets them.
He needed to block both.
Yep. We did call that one a little early. Alright, so with that said, it now goes 3-3.
And Green's just don't move over to the rollers. Just go right to the middle and secure the middle. Because I think he's forgetting about Leia. Don't forget about Leia. Oh.
Leia's already activated.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. She activated. Yeah, that's the right call. Double moving to there to cap that for later. Ah.
Well, then the center goes uncaptured.
Oh, yellow's there. I don't think green's contesting.
I would have to see them move. Yeah, that's probably out.
And make the speed 1 move. Could be wrong. They could be ruling it that he's in. They might have measured it. I don't know. Eyeballing it with no measurement tool, it looks out to me.
Yeah, that was a mistake here. Yeah, no,
Oh.
It's contested. That was a mistake. Green should have moved over to it.
Changes
That was
a little bit.
That was a giant missed opportunity. However, that said, it's he probably thought that the tank counts as capturing.
Does not.
So that said, the score is now 2-3.
Interesting. I still think the game is Beez's to lose.
Yeah, it is very much Beez's to lose.
But I don't know. This is real crazy.
Do you see Dioxys here?
I don't. Oh, he didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
He did have brains and brawn. Oh, he should have played that over the other one.
Man, that's rough.
Played brains and brawn before. Somebody has to save their own skins. Because you could have taken the first shot with their weapons not activated Chewie and
Yikes. That was a misplay there. So that said, Boskman, I think you just go and delete green.
yeah. Not but Dioxys for later, he might be.
Yeah, because this move will set him up to Dioxys.
Much help secure the middle as much as he can. Oh. Maybe he's worried about the other objective and wants to use green for that. I don't know.
Oh, he's making it so Leia has to move out.
This is real well though.
So the tank can just spin around on its axes and shoot Leia at this point. Oh, he's conceding. Oh, okay.
I played it out. I think just
there's still some. Well, no, because between Bosk and the tank, it would have deleted Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that did not end how I expected, but I don't think that Pope had enough to deal with when that tank spun around and Bosk firing into Leia. I think that's, I guess, what they saw.
I have some burning questions. I hope they care to chat.
We'll give them a minute. If they say no, then
Brains and Brawn should have been played first.
I don't know though. I don't know.
Well, the only reason why I like Brains and Brawn a lot more there is just that you don't fully activate Chewie. You know?
Well, there's the sure, so I'm assuming that's a yes. Let's pop up there.
Match of our two teams going at it.
Beez and Pope, how are you two doing?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
We're doing okay. Thrawn is joining me. There we go. There's Thrawn. We have lots and lots and lots of questions.
Yeah, probably plenty. It was a couple of many amateur mistakes on my part there. Beez played an excellent game.
There was also quite a few mistakes in terms of rules on both sides. I highly suggest you two go back and look, because I stopped counting. There were a lot of makeup things, by the way, that both of you would make mistakes on back and forth. So it's not like one person was just cheating the other person. But
right, okay.
So it was like, I think you had heavy cover on a sniper team that got eliminated when they shouldn't have been. You had the E-Web moved out and fired when it shouldn't have moved out and fired. But there was like calls back and forth that were like, oh, I don't think that's correct.
We weren't sure if the E-Web was something that you agreed that the move coming out of the tank didn't count as its move for cumbersome.
Oh, I actually had completely forgotten about that. I haven't played with E-Webs in so long.
Honestly, we had to check a card. I was like, wait a minute, I think that's cumbersome. I don't think it can shoot. But Dark and I we didn't want to step on your toes. We wanted you guys to play your game.
Yes,
and
I do suggest you go back and watch the footage, because there were several back and forth mistakes that you guys did.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for that, guys. I actually didn't realize the E-Web had cumbersome at all. Like, I've never played against an E-Web. It was an interesting experience though.
How does cumbersome work with deployment? Because does deployment then count as a standard move for it that would turn off cumbersome, or turn off the ability to fire?
What do you mean deployment?
Not deployment. Disembark.
Disembark is considered a speed 1 move.
I think it's a speed move.
It's a speed 1 move from where you drop the model. Or is it a speed 1 move from the... Either way, I need to look up the rules, but it is a speed 1 move, and that triggers that cumbersome.
Gotcha. Yeah, that was a big mistake right at the beginning.
Yeah, again, we were trying to let you play your games, so Beez, you started to take the attrition war early, and my question here is for Han in the hill.
Yeah, I mean, Han, my goal was to put enough suppression on that hill squad that I could effectively ignore them and then deploy all my resources back to the other side.
When we were watching it, we kept seeing you throw so much at that hill, but we had determined that if you had just turned tail and walked away from it before then, that hill would have been completely ignored, and pretty much the board would have been cut in half at that point anyway, so you didn't have to spend turns wasting shots up there. So it was interesting to see you keep throwing stuff at the hill and Han, almost as if Pope was just sitting there absorbing round after round. while he had other things going on. What was the intention of splitting Chewie and Han so far apart, Pope? They weren't able to take advantage of teamwork.
I will write that one down to a turn 0 mistake. I completely forgot about teamwork.
And Pope, one thing I was going to try to capitalize on that I didn't really have a chance to, you didn't have any commander anywhere close to the non-Han side of your flank. So if I could have gotten some suppression on like the trooper units that were over here, they were well outside of Leia's command bubble, and they could have just panicked.
Sure. Sorry, does Chewie not provide a command bubble?
No, he does not.
No, he does not. Okay. I really need to go back and read that rulebook.
Here's a question for you, Pope, and I think a lot of it was a turning point. You played Somebody Has to Save Our Own Skins. Why not play Brains and Brawn there?
Good question. Look, I don't really kind of have an answer. I didn't think Brains and Brawn would really do much. I kind of wanted to get Chewie out of range of Bosk to stop him from claiming that bounty, but unfortunately I moved a bit too far. Sorry, I apologize. I'm a bit sick, so I'm losing my voice a little bit.
No worries.
You're fine. The only reason, and this is just an observation. The only reason why.
Whoa! Repeat that.
No, the only reason why Somebody Save Our Own Skins worried me there was because you had to activate Chewie, and you effectively went from down 2 activations to down 4 at the start of the round.
Yeah, that's right. I did think about that, but I thought it might be a better play, just so I could simply either die to the tank, or die to a sniper instead of dying to Bosk. But again, I moved a bit too far, and Bosk was able to get a line.
We cut that line about mid-round. We thought Chewie was pretty safe, and then we started moving the camera around, and we were like, oh no, Bosk might be able. This was actually probably about right after the tank shot, I would say, right? Dark, probably the tank put the 5 wounds on him, and then we started scoping out some things, and we saw that he might be able to see his elbow or something like that across, with a move backwards, and we started, especially as a Rebel player myself, I started just cringing. I was like, oh no, Bosk can see him if he moves back.
Oh man, that was a nasty shot on the tank too. Well done on that, Beez.
Thank you.
Very good.
The tank did a pretty good amount of work.
Yeah, it really did. I didn't expect it to do as much work as it did. I didn't realize it had reposition. Again, it's another unit I haven't played against really. I mainly play on the tabletop and haven't had many games recently. So, yeah, look, a few of the units caught me by surprise.
Well, it was still a good game. You two did pretty well. It was a really big seesaw back and forth. If you go back and watch the replay there, Beez, please ignore the fact that I keep saying, why are you going left and then right? Not meant to be.
I'll do my best. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
But yeah, it was a great game. Congratulations, Beez, on the win. Pope, better luck in the next week. You'll have another opportunity when we go into week 2. In the meantime, I will transfer everyone over to Nerfly here momentarily. I'll go ahead and raid him. And then later tonight, we do have a very critical game as Endless on his channel, Yavin Base, is going to be streaming Kodak versus Karma 5-5. That'll be a game that will clinch for either Thrawn and my team or for Beez, or I don't know who Karma 5-5's team is called. I forget what it is, but it's Nima's team basically. So
I can't remember the name. Ambivalent leaders.
Yeah, your tyrannical Yavin. No, your benevolent tyrannical leaders.
There it is.
Yeah, it's the acronym of Yavin Base Team League. But yeah, go check out that at 10:30 over at Yavin Base Team, or Yavin Base on Twitch. In the meantime, I'm going to attempt to transfer us all over to raid Nerfly here. So if you all hang tight, I will hit the raid button, and we'll see if this works properly.
Excellent. Thanks for the casting, guys.
No problem. Thank you for letting us cast, you guys, and have a good one.
You
You too.
man.
Hey, Pope, thanks for the game, man. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, man. That was great. Thanks. See you guys.
Oh.